But a very good evening to all our viewers at home. Welcome to the 5-year Arena Open, brought to you this year by the Asia Esports Festival and the SG Comic Con 2021. I'm Gobbles, and alongside me I've got Christopher Twilight Spoon.
Wow, I had to say my full name. That's a first. That's a first. All right. So of course we are no stranger to the CS:GO scene as well as casting together. We are the casting duo has been casting CS:GO back to back.
You ditched me for Koden for a while.
I ditched him for Koden. You see him tomorrow. Don't worry about that. If you like Koden, you see him tomorrow. But I think you'll like Gobbles. I shouldn't say even more, but you like Gobbles as well.
Yeah, but anyways, welcome to today. We've got all the upper bracket action on the plate. From 6 all the way until around about 9-ish, right? We'll get all the games in. And so the way this tournament works, right, it's a double elimination format, right? You've got upper bracket and you've got a lower bracket. Today we'll be playing all, as we mentioned, the upper bracket games. Tomorrow, when Kolden comes and joins with Chris, we'll be covering all the lower bracket games. I think the plan for this tournament is the top 4 will get to play on LAN. So eventually, I think it's the 2nd of January. We'll be coming down to the Esports Experience Center and having fun.
Yeah, have a blast in this area. So anyways, we are, of course, at Kallang Wave. We are in the Esports Experience Center. So when you just walk in, just head up the escalator and you can just spot this place. Just the first thing you see is this place. So don't worry about it. And especially for the players out there, this is just an easy guide for you to come over here during January.
Yeah, it's incredibly simple. I thought I'd have a bit of difficulty finding this place, to be honest. So I walked in, I saw the escalator, I went up, and then it's right.
Right. Yeah, that was me the first time as well.
Yeah, so the first game today, right, it's going to be the opening match, Axion's Esports against Darkside. So any thoughts heading into that?
Well, just judging by the players that I'm seeing here, AXS, I'm not too familiar with them all that well. But however, on the side of Darkside, we have a lot of very familiar faces. I've seen them playing quite a lot, so they definitely have the experience there. Not too sure about AXS. So on the side of AXS or Axiom Esports, we have Not Freezy, Luck QQ, Annoy is Anonymous, we have Kensua and Synthetic. And on the side of Darkside, we have it's just gonna roll. It's not gonna roll the tongue well. But on the side of Darkside, we have Addict, we have Hams, Camo, Anasis, and Rasing.
I realize they've got 3 players with like number 1s. What's with is it because it's simple that everybody's putting 1s and then you've got Addict, whose I is replaced by 1. Hemisk, same thing. Rasing as well.
Same thing as well.
Yeah. Very interesting. And we're going to Dust 2, right? That's going to be the first map of the day. It's a best of 1. $3,500 on the line in this tournament, and I'm sure all the teams will be wanting to have a good go at this, but we're heading underway straight into the match.
Alright, I believe right now they are going to the 9th round. This is where they're going to decide who picks which side, and it looks like on the side of Darkside, they are probably going to win this 9th round, and that's right, they're going to decide on which side they're going to pick.
Yeah, I think this...
What's ACT? Oh, Terminate's playing.
Oh, Terminate is actually sending out, alright. That works as well. Who's it for? Is it for Anastasis? Oxyra is playing as well.
Oxyra as well.
For Darkside, okay. I mean, they're all good friends. Right?
I mean, they all know one another.
Yeah. I mean, Oxyra is a bit of a journeyman. Right, playing for a lot of teams. But now, let's see. So, I guess this should make it probably a slightly more doable for Axions, right? Coming into this match, I think both of us, we do think that Darkside should be the favourites for this one. Axions, it's a bit of a black box. We don't really know what they're capable of. But if you look at the names purely, should expect Darkside to come away pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, they are no stranger to a CS tourney as well, and I'm pretty sure they want to have the chance to play here at LAN.
Addict's already in the lower tunnel. Swings gets 1, but gets quickly traded out. Terminate's gonna hide and play a little bit of a baiting game here. They're going straight into the B bomb. It's just a single player at the back. That's gonna be Camo. Only good for just the 1, and let's see the B bomb side open for taking. But Terminate's right behind them with the backstep. 2 headshots on the chopping block, and now it's all down to Anonymous. He falls as well. Terminate with a 3K to open up the tournament.
Now that was a very strong opener coming in from Darkside, hands down. So, I mean, they did lose 2 members, however, in the process. But of course, this is still the pistol round. Anything can be decided probably after round number 4, and both teams are going to bring out the rifles and duel it out. As of now, you can just see a standard split coming in from the Terry side, Axion Esports.
Yeah, but CT side, they aren't going so standard, right? Yeah. Just straight up middle with the SK. A bit of cash, that's Camo. I think, if I'm not wrong, he does a little bit of calling for the team, right? So early on in the tournament, try to condition opponents to get in their faces early, especially since this is a full ego for Axions. They want to get a bomb down, so maybe to get a kill or two might work out fine.
Perhaps, yeah, they do get one kill here on the Camo here, and that should be enough for their pockets as they gonna go into the rifle round from themselves. And Darkside, this is gonna be their bonus round, but they're gonna opt to buy out the rifles as well, the A1S. Gonna be very strong deterrence against Axion Esports while they pick up the AKs and almost full set of utilities, close to full set.
Yep. So it's gonna be a first look at what Axions have got to offer, right? Darkside, we know they've taken part in a lot of 5v tournaments before. We know what to expect from them, right? A pretty stable core. Of course, they've had a bit of instability, but the players across the board, I think they should have a good understanding of how to play with one another. And you can see making use of the new grenade drop for the long player.
Yeah, that new drop mechanic is just so good. Like I remember previously
Makes
last
it
time we just
easier,
imagine not being able to drop nades, but you can drop weapons for a teammate. So that's a very great addition to CS:GO for sure. I think it's like it's been going on for like 2 months now.
They should have a bit of respect Darkside to Axions, right? Letting them play the default, but walking a pick that's gonna be Camo to open things up. It's a very standard default coming out for Axions, right? They've got to play up towards Cat, 2 players towards Tunnels, the player holding for the long push. Hamster Boy needs to win this one, which he does. Gets dinked in the process. Teammates, a couple of them down a little bit low, which puts them within the one-shot headshot potential for the M4A1S. Right,
Yeah.
but they're still pretty far. A minute left, so no pressure so far.
Yeah, Hamster Boy just gonna try and
Going
open up this side, but
Yeah.
does he know there's someone in Goose? That's the question here.
Okay, Luck opens terminate one step down the middle. That's a nice shot from Hamster Boy. That's the A side. Quite possibly open for the taking, right? You've got Oxy right towards long with the M4A1S, so headshot or two could change the round, right? Especially since all 3 main players are taken down to half HP. So Addict and Oxy right certainly can make this interesting.
Yeah, one from long and one from CT. Looks like he's gonna rotate over to short perhaps? Or he's just gonna try and push the matter throughout CT here. Yeah, that's right, he's just gonna push up and look at that
Ooh.
Oxy right, getting a good juicy headshot onto Synthetic as well as a good fling onto Luck QQ. And a
Yeah.
3rd kill onto Kenoswa here. Kenoswa, man, he can only do so much in that hole, and Oxy right, not really clutching up, but I would say just holding the entire round by himself. Addict wasn't really needed.
So it's Oxyrite standing in for Russing and then Terminate for Anastasis, right? Probably I said to see Terminate on the op, yep, exactly, that's what he gets out. But I think that's a pretty decent first gun round for Axions, right? They let it slip in a 4v2 post-plant, but at least they did well to get themselves into that position.
Yeah.
So let's see what else they can do. I mean, Darkside, again, make no mistake, they should be the favorites. Terminate already pushing into lower dark. Fall back, Oxyrite with the triple out at long. So that'd be a good confidence boost for him as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a force coming from Axion. They are buying up the Mac 10s. I mean, at least everyone has got Mac 10s and Deagles. They definitely tried their best to push in from long, but unfortunately, it's shut down just single-handedly, more or less by Oxyrite. But ultimately, he goes down for the count. He gets cleared out. My teammate will be there to just assist him. I think only one last one standing by shot. Gets taken down by Addict here. So far, 3 clean rounds coming from Darkside.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how far Darkside can make it in this tournament, right? Because they've got, at least in the roster, they've got 2 Malaysian players. It's going to be Anastasis and Russing. I think at the moment, all 5 players currently playing this roster would be able to make the land. But I think even if they aren't able to, at least it's good to get some officials in, right? As a team, as a unit. And of course, trying to look for more things for the entire Malaysia and Singapore region as a whole. So far, couple of trades going back and forth, but I think Darkside, they'll probably be pretty happy to play all these mid rounds, to be honest, because I think players-wise, individually, they've got a bit more experience, right? So if you get Axions into all these, messy situations, like the post plans, right? Like in this scenario, it's 3-on-4, where your players can take initiative mid-round, as you can see Addict just did there. That's when I think Darkside will probably have a little bit more. Axions, I think they need to do a little bit more work to try and ensure they don't get picked off one by one.
Yeah, on the other side here, coming in from Hamas, he's just covering the long doors, just preventing any aggression towards that side, so that at least there's enough information for his teammates to just cover mid, cover short, or cover B, like what Addict is doing currently. Hamster Boy just being very patient here, making sure that no one is pushing up as well. So it is kind of like a waiting game, and it looks like Kenoswa just lost the patience here and just pushed up right into Hamas here.
like they just split up, right? They're looking for the 1v1s, and dark side, given that you're in the 3v4, you need a couple of 1v1s to go your way. So Actions kind of played into dark side's hand that round, or like this round, but it's still salvageable, right? You've got 2 players towards tunnels, there's only 1 on B that's going to be Addict, so if they pop the head of the first player, then it becomes interesting. But with the utility, it's going to be pretty obvious that it's going to be a B hit, right? So that's when the teammates will start rotating it. Addict fight here, a bit laboured, but he gets both in the end. And that's going to be 5-0 start, a flawless start for dark side on this CT half.
Yeah, like you mentioned, not tournament favorites, but this matchup favorite. There is a lot of history on dark side compared to actual esports.
Yeah, like
but they are showing a lot of promise though. They are actually pretty confident in their play. It's just that they are just losing those minor aim duels here and there, and a couple of mishaps here.
I mean, it's always good to see, I think, players that we've not really seen in my competitions actually take part. First time that we've seen all 5 players from Axion, right? Whereas for dark side, we've seen all of them before, right? Look at the 5-year Arena Open, the regionals, right? Southeast Asia. Seasons 1 to 4, dark side have competed in every single one of them, and they've always made payoff. They've not won it yet, but they've always done well, right? And look, just sparing through the smoke, Enemies gets one onto Kino's Swat as well. That's just 5v2 straight away. Axions, they opted to force back in, but it didn't really work out for them. And yeah, it's just gonna slow down. So
Wow.
Now dark side are starting to grow into the game a little bit more, right? This time all 5 players staying alive, swapping up to the AKs as well. So Axions already have a bit of a mountain to climb, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, dark side is just playing so aggressively. They might as well be playing on the terrorist side. Just look at their guns. I mean, most of them are all swapped up for AKs already, so you could technically consider them as the aggressors now, as they just constantly push into Axion's esports range. And Axion, they're kind of down to the pistols right now. The Eagles, they are trying to have some aggression towards the A long, but they can only do so much pistols. Maybe contest this middle upper.
Oxyrite's open.
That's interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen him out. I think
Very uncommon.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling it right now, right? So 1 player was long, 2 players up middle, 2 towards tunnel. They're really trying to take the fight, right? And then once they know that the Deagles are spotted, that's when they might want to fall back a little bit more. The one smoke for Axions has been used, but they're not using it to cross up Catwalk. And Darkside, they have all the information in the world because they've got players in the tunnel. But Alex is going to win all of it until Kinosua rips his head off. So now, a bit dangerous, but Terminate shuts it down. 7-0 for Darkside.
Good try, Game Wasabi. He can only do so much, but as of now, 7-0. This is a very interesting matchup so far. Definitely, Axion are just losing just a tad bit. That's about it.
Yeah, so we have to see. I don't think we've seen an AWP out on the side of Axions, right? Everyone's trying to rifle. So, yeah, and now they're really taking a fight to them. Addict loses the opening duel. He's got no teammate with him in support, so the trade is not going to be present. They do have established long control as well, so this is probably one of the better positions we've seen Axions in for a long time. Especially left off the angle, almost loses his life. Flashes, gets away just about. No, luck actually takes him down. That's
a lucky shot.
That was coming in. I mean, just the wallbang was a bit low, but now it's Camo's turn to step up the plate, right? Gets one, has the one way to work around. It's come through the smoke as well, and Darkside are looking to shut this down. USP's out. Camo falls eventually, but there's still a player into a CT. That's going to be Terminate. Now it's a 1v2 for Anon. And
Anonymous is, he's just going to creep up here from short. Can only do so much until he makes contact here against Hermes. Yeah, he gets the first shot and good headshot through the box as well. This will allow him, this will just enable him to let's go onto the bomb side. I believe the bomb is dropped somewhere on ramp.
On the side. Terminate's hunting.
No, Terminate smells it, goes to the shot but misses, and that is the first point on the scoreboard for Axion Esports. That was a very solid control towards A-Long, although they did mess up a little bit towards the ramp there. Got covered all over by the smoke. I'm not sure whose smoke was that, but it just gave a huge one-way for the side.
It's a CT smoke, right? You throw it to try and deter the long push, and then with that smoke, I think the player in CT, I think it was Camo, right? Actually tried to push out as well. So that's going to create chaos, right? Axion's a new team, or at least, not as seasoned as the veterans on the side. I guess we can call them veterans on the side of Dark Side, right? So they're trying to create chaos. They're trying to disrupt the team play that's happening on Axions. Now they get into a messy situation yet again. Right, 4 versus 3 now. Hamisk is low, but so is Luck. So what do Axions have in response this time? They've already got a player pushed in towards the lower dark side. That's going to be Nate, I suppose. Yeah, with the AWP.
Yep,
so there's a lot of information given over. Dark side, they should have a pretty clear picture of what Axions are trying to do this round, at least for the next 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, because they do have 1 minute left on the timer here. They can take all the time in the world until it hits the 20-second mark. Then they really decide which side they want to go on. But the aim duel coming in from mid. Luck is just not in luck currently as Addict takes him out. Kino Swa as well as Hamster Boy last two stand. They are very far apart while Hamster Boy pushes long for the info and Kino Swa is all the way at spawn. I think he kind of just want to save his AK.
Ready to play some football.
It's very fun to play the football, especially when you're just relaxing, waiting for the time of the clock down. Just play
yeah,
football with
but
your teammate.
also fun when the team's 7-1 down and probably going to go 8-1 down, right? I mean, there is the lower bracket for Axions. I think they will play the loser of whoever dark side faces next. So there's a decent chance. I think.
Dark side, but
Yeah.
Oxford there for the cleanup.
Yeah, it's comfortable for dark side now, right? And of course, coming off the back of winning the Malaysian Rumble Cup in the grand finals 2-1 against FPB, I think that was a team consisting of some of the players who were asking questions, but they're in good form, right? The players that are in dark side, so you know, nothing to kind of put them off their game yet. I do think when we do get to the later upper bracket games, if we do see them again, I think that's when it might be a bit more difficult. I think they've got Vex Serial, they've got 1 to 3 Power Rangers on the side of the bracket as well. So that's when it gets interesting. But this one, I think they're looking to close it out. Addict, sharp.
Man, I love that pop smoke. You don't usually hear a pop smoke, that was a pop smoke right there. That was a beautiful double headshot coming in from Addict and Oxy right there. Just trying to pincer in the players of Axion Esports at this point of time. Anonymous, last one standing yet again. The AK tries to get a kill here. He will, but Oxford dies to his own molly.
They're behind him spawn as well, and Camel's gonna rip his head off.
Oh, clean.
Yeah. Comfortable. I mean, Axion's round number 3 they could have won, right? And then they got a win in round number 9 as well. So small positives, but how do they repeat their success, right? Now Darkside are, you know, for lack of a better word, playing without much respect for Axions, right? They're taking space whenever granted, and they're forcing Axions to fall back, or at least use it to clear. Right? And that's when Axions, you feel very comfortable. Turning back up top middle again. He misses a shot. Info gets given both ways, but you go back in for the repeat. Couple of Deagles, couple of AKs, but they all kind of just fall flat. There exactly. Out of in front of the smoke, and then Addict gets fed 2 1v1s out in middle, one towards lower dark and one towards top mid. That's maybe 10 to 1 for dark side.
I think AXS, they wanted to push out earlier. They wanted to jump out of the smoke earlier, but I think they just kind of got stopped by something. It was also a good timing,
Maybe
but Hamis was there for cover as well.
By the need, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, that would make sense. Because if they pushed out a bit sooner, they may have caught, I believe, Oxyride off guard. Hamis, however, there for a trade. And look at Addict. Look at Camo as well. Just pushing up. No respect in the world right now for Axion. And they are just showing who is the boss here. They really want to take all map presence and control. You know, they just totally wiped. And Synthetic last one, Camo takes him down. I believe that's the 4K.
It's a pack of wolves, right? You can see Darkside now. Every round they're doing the same maneuver, right? You take long control. Your long players look to aggress. At the same time, your players in middle / B are looking to aggress up middle straight away. Right, you're just not giving Axions any space to work with, and Axions, they keep trying to take long control, or at least they try to keep coming up top middle, and that's gonna hurt them time after time, right? The only kind of counter to this path is to go multiple players with lower dark. Yes, you can give up top mid, right? But that's gonna start getting fall back. Now they're still trying to take the fight in middle. They do get a 1-for-1 trade. Xbox smoke is up, but terminates out in lower dark once again. Probably did time this game already. Has the smoke to fall back as well. 2 players are up short, but the bomb is on its way to the side, so they might just get a post plan out of this. There is a player card, it's gonna be Oxy, right? The one way dropped for himself. Has to give up the plant.
Yeah, there'll be an additional cha-ching for Axion Esports ahead. Coming from short, just hey,
That's it.
is that a free double kill for me? This is an equal frag for me. So he takes it down for himself, writes it in his name, writes it in the check, no, delivers to the bank. So he's just paying himself money at this point in time. 12-1, Darkside to Axion Esports.
Yeah, 4 players above $10,000 before having to reinvest. I think Camo has gone down now, but he's bought the AWP. Right, so AWP on him, so everyone's trying it out now. I mean, no harm, right, to Darkside. Might as well save some strats for your upper bracket game later on as well.
Yeah, just have some fun at this point of time, right? I mean, they would have a very comfortable second half, but look at that. Luck shuts down Terminate from pushing up anymore. And you can see, usually Hems and Camo will be pushing from lower tunnel as well as middle, but this time they're changing things up. Hem is taking a bit slower, coming in from short, gets a good kill on the Kino, and this will slow down Axion Esports information gathering even more.
Yeah.
Luck is just trying his best to op in mid in suicide, but can't really connect his shots at this point of time.
Yeah, just look at how far back they're playing right now. Right, you've got like 10 seconds ago, you had 2 players outside B tunnels, holding all the way from spawn.
Yep.
That's how scared Axions are of the pushes coming from the side of Darkside.
Yep.
And even now, you've got a minute on the clock, and you're still kind of stuck into the top middle, right? You don't want to go. You don't want to peek out because Camo's holding with the AWP, and he'll probably go for 1 exactly. Right, so all these 1v1 duels, Darkside, they're making sure that they're getting advantageous duels, and this is exactly what's going to happen, right? Adding players back turn towards him, a little bit panicky, but gets there in the end. And now it's just he started the round with a kill at suicide, and he ends it there as well.
Okay, if I was Axion Esports right now, the strategy was the strategy that worked earlier before was to show Darkside no respect, push out long, and get as much space as possible. Go on the aggression and push Darkside out of A long and go on to ramp and side. Perhaps take control of Goose as well, and make sure that A shot is covered. The smoke covering CT as well will allow them to at least get the bomb planted and play for the post plant. But they are not replicating that. But they're just playing like far apart. They're just not together at all. They really need to group up and push something. But Luck QQ does find a gap in the armor here, pushes through mid, but everyone's all they're all at middle at this point of time.
Yeah,
it's not gonna find anyone.
The teams don't even know that the B side is completely clear, right? So Anon, well, I just get a couple of duels. If he gets a couple of headshots, he can make the round interesting. So now it's time to play whack-a-mole. Anon. One, oh nope, he gets
the
whacked
first
himself.
the first shot as well.
Yeah, and now it's all just down to Luck. Gets deleted straight up by Addict as well. We go for we'll just cut back to us just a little bit, right? I think first half Darkside they had it written all over. The one round that Axions had as well, it was a 1v2. So not looking that great for Axions, but I think looking at the players, this is we should expect this, right?
Yes.
If Axions did better, it would be a great swing in and of itself. If in the second round you get the pistol, get the bonus round maybe, right? Then I guess they should be pretty happy, right? But because this game, it should be Darkside every single day of the week.
Yeah, I mean at the end of this matchup, Darkside, yes for sure. But I feel like Axion could work on more of their team play, because they're just. I realize I think they may be tilting a bit. I hope not, because like I realize that as the rounds go on, right, they start to play more split. They used to play together as one unit, but after a while they just go their own ways. One go to short, one just stay at base, one go towards A long, and they're trying to find for those 1v1 duels, but it's not working out in their favor.
I mean, it's just they just didn't have the right solution, right, to what Darkside were throwing at them. Just rushing middle. It was the same. It was the same thing, same opening maneuver from
quite
the
a number of rounds.
Yeah, but the T's they just didn't really adapt. But I guess that comes with experience in a competition, right? When you play Parks, like when you play Parks on 5e and all, it's just you're doing your own stuff individually, or maybe you lightly coordinate with a team, but it's not at the level. Like I'm pretty sure, like looking at the players that Darkside have now, even bringing in Oxyrite as well as Terminate, they're not just like super puggers in a sense. Like Oxyrite, most recently, at least in Testament as well, he was calling for RBTY, so he's got some experience there as well. Right, Terminate, he's also been playing for quite a while. So for them, it's not they can park. They certainly can park well, but even when they're doing individual things, they know how to do it in tandem with what the teammates are doing on the opposite side of the map. Whereas for Axions, I think that was slightly lacking. The first few rounds were closer, right, for sure, but it just tapered away at the end.
I mean, it really boiled down to the one-on-one, the trades as well. I don't think the trades really came into the favor
was there
around
early
like
on.
yeah, it was there. But around like the fourth round onwards, the trades kind of stopped and it just started going to the favor of Darkside. Like
I mean,
most of
Darkside
the time.
also got more and more confident and aggressive.
Yeah, it's
so-
like, hey, I know your playstyle now, alright, AXS, I'm gonna just keep pushing you, I'm not gonna give you space to breathe, and I'm just gonna hold where you spawn. And literally, they were really at spawn most of the time. They tried to take control along, short, mid, but ultimately, they keep getting shut down by either an Opera by Terminate or Camo or even Hemis. They keep pushing up mid, and that's a huge deterrence to stop AXS from even pushing on anymore from mid to mid, and then they just kind of fell apart towards the end.
I mean, yeah, so Darkside, they're probably looking to close this out fast, right? You know, get it done, move on to the next game, then they get more time to rest as well, have some dinner, and then come back in. You know, the other games we have going on as well, I think we've got a couple of games running concurrently, right? Right now we've got Lei Sai against Here Comes the Party. So we've got 10 teams total in this tournament, right? So right now we are watching Darkside and AXS. You know, on the other side, the upper half of the bracket, we've got Lei Sai against Here Comes the Party. That's where we've got a couple of our friends playing there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel sad for them. I'm pretty sure that name, they wanted their team name to be Boons, but interesting change of name to Here Comes the Party.
So the team tag is Booms.
The team tag is Boom. I guess
Yeah.
cute.
So in the server, you're gonna see Booms there. Quite interesting as well. I just realized. So you know, Testament Cup and Rumble Cup, they kind of ran concurrently. Right? Testament Cup is like for Singapore, and then Rumble Cup was done by Phenomenon Advance for Malaysia. And then both the winning teams actually got drawn to play the first round matches. So if you're one of their opponents, you have to be kicking yourself, right? You can't have it any other way, right? Darkside, the winners of Rumble Cup playing against AXS, and then Here Comes the Party, unfortunately having to go up against Lei Sai. I think that's going to be probably a similar game to this.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, they are friends, of course, Lei Sai and Here Comes the Party, they are friends, so they may just have some fun in a couple of rounds. Unfortunately, they're not being streamed, so we're not too sure what's going to happen on their side.
We'll keep you updated.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll probably have some personal info coming in. It will be interesting and funny to watch. I'm pretty sure the moment they knew they were going out with Lei Sai, it would be like, guys, let's just Zeus this up, you know, just try and go for some fancy plays.
Yeah, I guess. But so the winner of Lei Sai and Here Comes the Party will play against Cheat Code, right? And then after that, we've got Fear. I think they're playing iBobo.
iBobo, yeah, that's right.
And then below, you've got Vex. You've got
Vexura? If I'm not wrong, it's Vexura.
Vexura and 130 Power Rangers, I believe. And then here, Darkside against Axions. So that's that. But let's see, right? These we only have 2 round 1 matches, and then the teams will be dumped straight into lower bracket after losing this one. Yeah, so Bloom, in fact, are actually playing 1-3 VR. Vexero awaiting the winner of this. That's gonna be exciting. Vexero against Darkside.
It's gonna be
assuming Darkside wins this match, right? It's gonna be Mint Green and Cole against Oxyrite, and Oxyrite literally just
played with them in
RBG. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit of friendly rivalry there. But it's gonna be interesting, that upper bracket game. Yeah.
So, but it's very nice to see a couple of new faces here in this tournament. But there are a number of old faces as well, so it's like good mix and good blend.
Yeah, I want to see Axions take part in more tournaments. Like in a tournament that's probably as large scale as this, you're bound to have larger differences in terms of tournament experience, right? But if you're looking at them, you're looking at Durex as well. In fact, they're playing under the name Bloom now. A couple of months ago, when they played under Testament, they were using that name, right? They changed it now, stream friendly. So yeah, but we're gonna get back into the second half now. 14-1 in the favor of Darkside as they will switch over to the T side. Best of 1. So Axions, we're gonna get a couple more rounds to get a bit of momentum heading into tomorrow's lower bracket games. But let's see.
I mean, Darkside, they are got a very comfortable position right now. They can do whatever strat they have in mind and not exposed to the upper bracket as well. Sorry?
You've got dual Bradas for Oxyrite.
Oh, dualies coming in from Oxyrite. Let's see how he plays these guns here.
Damn.
But Addict just comes right out of mid doors. No care in the world, and he's able to get a kill. And right now, Luck QQ away at window. He has dropped going towards car here, but gets tapped in the back by Camo, and that's B-side control. And AXS just scrambling towards the B side, and they're getting shot down left, right, center at this point of time. Kino's -1.
Yeah, 1 versus 2, no kit available, bombs already down. About halfway ticked by now. And they're still trying to contest him to his doors, right? So Kino, I don't think he's got much chance, right? There's a player close to right as well. He might go for the knife, perhaps. Yeah, that's intention, but gets spotted in the end. Let's have Kino's one in the head, and this could be all she wrote. 15-1. Axions have to force back in, and Darkside, they'll be licking the chops at this round.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Darkside right now, I should be opting out to force this up, right? And yeah, there they are. They're going to force up and get as much firepower as they can to at least get them a second point on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of legal shots could change the game, right? The outpoint, right? And yeah, this is so well, right? Mag 10, the AKs, the Galil, pain for Axiom.
I mean, Hammond's getting punished there, but his teammates are there. And I see a friendly fire coming from Camo as well on top of the Static last one standing, and there we go. Darkside closing this matchup 16-1.
Yeah,
any thoughts?
Very comfortable, right? But this is, it's not a surprise, right? I mean, not taking anything away from Axions, right? But you know, Darkside, they are just, you know, in
a whole nother level
at the moment, right? And yeah, I mean, interesting to see what the game, the later upper bracket game. Axions, they have a chance at lower bracket, right? The goal for them probably is not to win, but just get as far in as possible, right? I mean, you have to be realistic about the chances as well, right? If they can get a win in the lower bracket, maybe a round 2 victory in the lower bracket as well, I think that could be pretty good, especially considering that this is probably one of their first few outings together, right? Hopefully don't get discouraged. 16-1, yes, it looks bad. It doesn't look that great at all, right? But if you understand the players that you're going up against, it's not the end of the world, right? If you're losing to another team whereby you know the players don't really know the names of the players, then maybe there's a competition to be had. But it's Darkside. And you got, and you know, I think you know the 1v2 clutch as well. I think that'll be good memory.
I mean, the 1v2 clutch, I think it's still stuck there. Just a little bit far back the memory right now, as we just go on all over the matchup 16-1. And I believe the next stream, the next matchup should be the winner of 1.1, the bracket.
So it's going to be Lace side
against
or
Cheat Code?
Here Comes the Party
Against
Cheat Code.
Yeah, that'll be another interesting matchup because Cheat Code, definitely a lot of new faces here.
Cheat Code as well, yeah.
So, how do you think that the matchup would turn out for you?
Honestly, I think it's not pretty similar. Again, you know,
I mean, you know the players.
Look, it's unfortunate, right, that we have Lace side and Dark side starting from round 1.
Yeah.
It's gonna go on collision course all the way to the end. Maybe later on, if you do get to see Fear against Lace side, I think that might be
it's
interesting.
gonna be a grudge match.
Yeah, because we could get that, you know, a replay of the Testament Cup 7 finals, which we just had 2 days ago.
2 days ago,
right?
yeah.
It was the best of 5 then. You know, Lace side came out on top 3-1. Fear took away Ancient. I don't think they'll get it. It's a best of 1.
Yeah.
But then again, best of 1, that's when surprises can happen, right? Best of 3, you probably take Lace side every single day of the week.
Yeah, best of 1, I mean, who knows? The next moment, you know, Lace side is down in the lower brackets all of the sudden.
You know, I mean, if they go in the lower brackets, well, face them, good luck to them. But I think Fear as well should be a team to be a force to be reckoned with, right? I think coming into this tournament, we've got 10 teams, right? I think arguably the strongest should be Lace side. Second strongest should be Fear. Third strongest, I would put it as Darkside. Fourth, I think Vexero are probably in there.
Oh, then 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers on the 5th.
I think 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers on the 5th. And then the 6th, I think we would put it as Blue. They had a couple of players who did pretty well in Testament qualifiers. Unfortunately, they didn't play the main event. And Clem, I'm looking at you because he did try to get into play, but unfortunately he opted not to. But yeah, then 7, 8, 9, 10, you've got the teams that are probably newer, right? You've got Here Comes the Party, you've got AOD, you've got a couple new players inside as well. I think Valkyrie.
Yes, Kuroshiro, that's Serenity.
Yeah.
And
Liquid. Yeah. And then Valkyrie is gonna be your first kind of tournament as well. So there's here to gain experience. iBobo as well, definitely against Fear. That should be again I suspect should be a pretty fast one, right? iBobo again also a new team. Right? So it's just down to 4. Here Comes the Party, iBobo, Cheat Codes as well as Axions, right? I think it'll be between these 4 to see, you try to get as far as possible against each other. But for the rest, I think the other 6 teams, I think it's pretty scrambled.
Yeah, it will be pretty mixed up later on as well. I mean, the lower bracket, it'll be, I believe, more evenly matched up, especially in the first and second matches. but that'll be tomorrow. But today we're just going to be focusing all the way on the upper bracket, of course. We're going to take a quick look again at the upper brackets. So,
I think the bottom half of the upper bracket is pretty interesting. So now the 4 teams that we have there, we've got Vexerio, which is comprised of Mean Green, Phony Panda, Ebisu, Herlock, and Shawnee.
Wow.
Is it Herlock? I'm not sure. It's definitely Shawnee, and I'm pretty sure, as according to my memory, it should be Herlock, right? And
Yeah,
then they are going to play Dark Side, so the 5 that we've just seen. So that's going to be one of the quarters. And then on the other side, we've got 1-3 Power Rangers playing against Blue. That again should be pretty close. I think Jaws Spice team, there's some interesting names there. I think In Flames as well as Day Someone, they perform pretty well back in Testament.
Yep.
Right? And then, of course, Bloom. We haven't seen them in a while, so you're not really sure how they've developed since. Hopefully they've got something new to bring to the table.
I think for sure, yeah. But it's in interesting news. Boom's actually scored it's got 5 points against the side, so that's that's something.
Cool.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm curious what
that's
happened.
amazing.
Yeah.
They have to be pretty happy.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Ibobo are playing against Fire now as well. Yeah, so Fear they've already won 16-3. So
16-3,
Fear,
right.
you're the first team to book themselves into the upper bracket semi-finals, which we will be catching later on.
yeah, we'll be catching that later on at, I believe, 8 o'clock. But later on, we will most likely, we will be watching Cheat Code against Leitai. And it looks like on the winner bracket 2.3, Vexerio is going to duke it out with Dark Side, while BLM dukes it out with 1-2-3 Power Rangers. I mean, in the second bracket here, who do you think will actually come out on top? Will it be which one of 4 teams here?
Yeah, I think Vexerio Dark Side is a coin flip. It's
kinda-
going to be
yeah,
down
right.
to who's hitting the shots. Oxera has been looking sharp, and if he carries that forward, I think they could be pretty scary. Right? If Terminate warms up as well, but you know
I
what?
think it also was pretty sharp just now as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be too biased, but I think Ming Green and Cole, they're a bunch of nice guys. So I really hope that they do well. Like, I mean, Dark Side, I haven't gotten the chance to speak to much of their players, so I don't know them as much. So I'm kind of rooting for my boys in Vexerio.
Oh, let's
Hopefully-
hope Vexerio works it out then.
Then Bloom on the 3PR, who do you reckon?
I mean, I'm more familiar with the players on 1-2-3 Power Rangers. I'm not sure about BLM. I feel that BLM would probably get a pretty decent scoreline against 1-2-3 Power Rangers, most likely. We'll probably update you later on to see if my prediction was right or wrong. But I think 1-2-3 will come out.
If you're new to the stream,
Yep.
Chris has got probably a 0% prediction rate.
What? Hey, what do you mean? I have the best
He
caster's
has-
curse, okay?
He has the best caster's curse in.
But zero prediction.
Probably the world. Like, you give him a the whatever he predicts,
It's
just
the
go
opposite.
against it.
Yeah, just go against it.
Honestly.
Yeah, for some reason, it's like somehow the players just hear me on stream. It's like they're stream sniping, but the stream is delayed. And then they just hear it and like, hey, he spoke to me about this and that, and then bam, suddenly reverse. So what? It happens. It happens.
Yeah, so hopefully we get to see a winner of Vexerio or Dark Side. We'll go up against the winner of Bloom 1-2-3 PR. That's gonna be the other upper bracket semi-finals. I think the one to watch though. I think Fear Leisai probably will happen. That's gonna be cool.
I want to see that
Yeah.
grudge match.
Yeah.
I want to see the grudge match again.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know Fear, they're a really young team. I think it's the same case for Bloom as well.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, Bloom they've got like 5 different teams, I think. So this is their Singaporean team. Right, and then Fear, 5 really young dudes as
yeah.
well.
I believe the average we will keep mentioning is 16.5
16.75.
or 0.75. Okay.
You've got Liquid, you've got Revrok, you've got
Menace,
you've
got
Mook,
Grumble.
and you've got Grumble. Yeah.
All very young players, very young and talented.
Super young.
Yeah. And how old are you? Why aren't you as talented as them?
Why aren't you as talented?
My days are over. That's the thing here. My days are over.
Your day.
I had a sports injury.
Okay, makes sense. A sports injury can't cover up a loss on in-house nuke.
We don't go there.
Yeah. But so 10 teams. We've got first 3 games at least now out the way. So we can see what's on.
Yeah. I think we are most likely gonna just chill for a while before we go into the next game. So most likely a 5-ish or 10 minutes break. And then we'll probably catch you guys then. My name is Twilight and this has been Gobbles. We'll see you guys shortly. And welcome back everybody to the 5E Arena Open, brought to you by 5E Arena. And also let's not forget about our dear sponsors as well, Asia Esports Festival as well as Singapore Comic Con. My name is Twice and this is of course Gobbles. We're back again and we're gonna bring you winner bracket round number 2 between Laysai and Cheat Code.
Yep, Laysai coming off the back of a 16-5 win against Here Comes the Party. Because a couple of friends we know on the team, right? I think that's a decent result that both sides we had.
I think they're pretty happy with it, yeah, for sure.
5 rounds, but Laysai, make no mistake about it, right? Coming in, they should be one of the tournament favorites. Cheat Code, probably, I think similar to Axions that we saw earlier on, right? Should be one of the heavy underdogs. So going to this, we shouldn't expect very close scoreline.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just interested to see what they can do. I think Axions earlier on against Darkside, they had some pretty cool rounds, especially at the start.
Yeah.
I think towards the end,
It's
probably
just,
fell off.
Yeah, just fell off a bit short towards the end.
Fell off the experience in tournament setting as well. But here, let's see what Chico have got to offer. They've got a free buy in round 1, right? So they're starting off in a better place than Here Comes the Party. The loser of this will go ahead and face them in the lower bracket game.
I think that may be streamed later.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because we will be showing one lower bracket game today. Later we'll let you know who is going to be facing one another. And I'm also excited to see the lower bracket because usually lower brackets, they really bring out the evenness in both teams because like, hey, we are here for a second chance. We don't want to lose out just yet. And that's the thing I love about double elim, right? Because you always have a second chance. But if it's just a single elim, like, boom, you're out, eliminated, bye-bye, see you later.
Yeah, I mean, if you're unlucky with the draw, then that's it.
Yeah.
Right, so, here, whoever's on Laysai's side, it's a little bit difficult.
Especially on this upper bracket. It's a bit tough, it's a tough hill to climb, but there is still something to surprise us. I mean, who knows, Cheat Code may just pop out 14 to 16, who knows.
Maybe, I mean, Darkside, they did lose one game as well in the grand finals earlier on, so favorites don't mean much, but honestly this side I really don't think I think if Chico can get 5 rounds, it's gonna be pretty decent. It also matters the manner in which they win, because we all know the antics on the side of Laysai that might come out on stream. I think the fans probably be in for a treat. I don't know if you're a fan of it. Some people do, some people don't. It's it's subjective.
I mean, fun fact, Nev got the double knife kill as well in one of the maps at Mirage, so I hope he does the same again.
Yeah, we're going on Inferno for this game.
Oh, Inferno. Oh, it's Inferno.
Laysai's Inferno has been strong. The past 5 games that they've played, I think all throughout Testament, they've won every single one. I think every single time, no team has been able to hit double digits. So if we're looking at Fear, who were the grand finalists in Testament, only hitting 7 rounds against them, I'm a little bit scared. Because that means that this map should be probably Laysai's best map.
Cheat Code. This is not the. This is a very unusual thing. Usually Laysai would be doing that, but then again, this is the 9th round. Maybe they just want to have a good luck backstab here. And it looks like the good luck backstab kind of leads them into the favor of Cheat Code, and they're most likely gonna stay as a CT or Inferno. Of course, you want to play the CT side first before move over the terrace side, unless you got something special for the terrace side,
Let's see, you got Styron actually standing in for Lenny. So same case as Testament when we headed to the finals. It's supposed to be Mie, Dizzy, Redla, Neff, and Lenny. So Styron's coming in, and then on the side of Cheat Code we've got IDK Koma, Chooks, Brinicle, Silicon, as well as Moose Bruised. Let's see, first round, tactical timeout being taken already.
Wow, that's fast. Right off the bat. I mean, like, hey, we just lost the 9th round, gotta come up with something real quick.
Yep.
And it looks like Brinicle and Moose Bruce are actually sub-ins. They're subbing out for Irriv and as well as Inferno, so that's something.
I would love to see Inferno play Inferno.
You're right, I mean, I was hoping, yeah.
Cool, but, oh well, that's...
This would have been his map.
Yeah.
Actually, whose tactical timeout is this? Didn't quite catch it just now.
Pause, but we're gonna get back underway already.
Pause, sorry.
Right, so first round, we're kicking things off. Laysai starting on the T side. Let's see. So couple of nades on the CT side, whereas for the T's it's everyone with Kevlar. And 2 players fast up towards Banana. There's 3 here waiting to receive on the side of Cheat Code. The nade does drag Red Large down to half the smoke as well. So they have a clear plan in mind, but Mie opening up that A side, there is a second player here who's going to be towards Mini Pit. Oh, going to be towards Balcony actually. Mie though, spins around a swivel, gets a headshot straight away onto Moose Bruise, and that's the A side open for taking.
Yeah, they just completely send everyone on the rotation. Sirens are already in CT. He has to catch the rotation. Oh, right behind the potted plant as well. He's like camouflage in the jungle right now, but just a potted plant, and it works.
Yeah, Mie online I think is a different beast. Like when we went down to LAN, I think his performance kind of dropped off a little bit. But during the online period, his performances were incredible. During the qualifiers, I think he was, slightly behind Nav as like one of the highest rated players. And the thing is for him, he's more of a supportive player. Or like, they don't really have an out-and-out support, but Mie is normally the guy going in first. So you would expect, the entry to have slightly worse stats than the rest of the team trading him. But Mie is insane. Again, another headshot, but this time good damage has been done onto Mie himself as well as Styron. But it's just a full ego for cheat code.
It's pretty interesting. Styron's just opting to stick the USB alone, but he does get the full armor though, Kevlar helmet as well, Moose Bruise equipment as well. He's just camping there, making sure no one's coming.
Go for both bomb sites at the same time,
I mean, when you have full map control, you win, right? Technically.
Well, you should.
Silicon just stuck here in Fountain. He's waiting for his teammate. I believe that is Chucks just trying to go against this solo player. They do take down Neff. 2 on 3. I believe there's no method for them to pick
they're
up
already
as well.
getting chased.
Yeah, look at Styron just going on the hunt. Shoots through the smoke as well on top of Silicon. Chuck, last one last. Standing for his USP. He's getting tapped here, but he does land his deagle shots in the end. He's so far away from the bomb side, it doesn't even matter if he gets this double kill.
But it was essentially a full eco coming out for cheat code, which means they will be able to get a buy in this round. And M4A4 on the hands of Chooks, and M4A1S on the hands of Silicon. The rest is slightly inferior weapons, but still serviceable, right? The MP9 very good at close range, especially if you place it towards Banana, which I think no, but it places it towards A. 2 players with FAMAS.
Oh, Red Lab picking up the creek.
Okay, we've seen a lot of action for a while, so I'm interested to see what he does with it.
They are trying to take control of Banana. Perhaps they can pop some flashes in and allow their teammates to push in, but Chucks just kind of stops him in the track. They do have a one-way smoke for Nev here. If they do decide to peek out here, Nev does know the sound alongside from CT. He's getting nailed out. Oh wait, no, that's his teammate. And then goes the team kill for Nev on top of DZ. Don't team frag me.
I mean, it's Neff and Dizzy, right? We had the interviews in Testament whereby Dizzy was talking about how both of them, they're probably like the two that like to bully each other most within the team, right? And that was an example of such. Curious to see though, the A defense is incredibly passive for cheat code, right? The players have tucked themselves in onto the site. One single player is Arch. Mie does spot him out, but Neff at the same time opens up that B site, so they're gonna get themselves pretty much a free post plan out of this. And cheat code, because they've sunk themselves so far into the site, they're going to be a bit late for the retake. Right now, they're clearing out towards middle, they've got information, but they can't push it. They all have to come through CT. And if I'm Neff and Redla, I'm licking my chops at this, because these two players are always good for multi-frags.
I mean, look at Redla. Redla has a freak as well. He's just gonna hold this so tightly, and he's gonna have a great time here. He's taken down to 3 low, IDK comma. Trying his best here with the FAMAS, but ultimately Neff takes him out. So, I mean, in that take, right, they probably should have just sent someone towards Banana, at least someone on the flank here to have a crossfire towards Coffin, but it's just falling a bit short here. I mean, crossfire to Secret as well. Shadow, I mean.
They should have a lot of respect, Chico, right? Like even in 5-on-3, just all tucked in. I'm not sure what the second B player was doing. Kind of left, I think, his teammate alone on the side to die.
Yeah, he did.
To Neff, right? There was a smoke to cut him off as well, I suppose, but it's not really that advisable, right? You can see IDK has already tucked himself in on the side, right? And he's got a teammate in Carpet, he's got a teammate at Arch. So, some small fundamental things to take note for them, right? But again, a bit of experience will always be good. Right? First time we're seeing those names.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of experience goes a long way. It's a snowball, it's a momentum for something. So either you get stopped, or it's going to continue being pushed like a giant snowball. Silicon, last one on the side here. He does try to dance around the pillar here, but unfortunately falls down as well. 3 on 2 is gonna be the name of the game. They do have side control. I don't know what they're doing. I think they just want to pass the bombs over to DZ so that he can go for the plant. Smoke is faded, and Styron and DZ just have just a firing range towards CT because what are those inferior USPs gonna do at AKs at that range, right?
I mean, one kill, cheat code, they now have full loss bonus, so they can get everything that they want. So the first proper gun round we're gonna see out of CT, so this will give us a good indicator as to where they really stand. Curious to see why IDK Coma has actually gone back for the FAMAS, but it's an AWP out for Silicon. For the rest, they have the M4s to play with. 2 players with Banana to kick things off, just holding for nades. Once again, pretty passive setup coming up from the CTs. I think for the Ts, just pick up into a C apartments, taking their time. Just gonna push this IDK Coma, I think. Nice little off angle.
He does need to go for it, at least get some kind of information on where his teammates at, where the opposing side is. This part time is gonna get caught off here, but I think it's a surprise. And wow, the double kill as well. This is something new, refreshing as well. But Star, he's there.
They give it straight back to Lay's side. He had a 5 on 3. They had banana control, had the advantage, and then he gave it all away. Now back down to 3v3, and this is what Lay's side thrives in. Right, put them in late round scenarios. I think in CS you have to know how to play out late rounds, right? 3v3s, 2v2s, 4v4s. Need to know how you want to move around together. And yeah, look, they're feeling very confident about this one, aren't they? Right? Still, this is normally you'd see a player or two taking initiative somewhere on the map, but this time they're just grouping together, exchanging weapons.
Who has a nicer skin here?
Yeah, but the players all in spots where they're taking individual duels, right? Bruce does win the fight, which is important. But they should have a good idea now. They said there should be only one player on the side, but that's going to be the AWP of Silicon. Smokes, flashes going in. Can be one shot, and lines them up actually. And now, Prime's Neff up for the 1 versus 3. Mono Smoke still up. Gonna get the bomb down. They're gonna double peek him, but has to up. And Neff doesn't get the clutch. Cheat code actually get around on the board.
Wow, and I was about to say, Neff is no stranger to clutches, but may be a stranger yet again. Once more. Just for this round. I mean, he did get caught out with his utility. Could have been a clutch if he held out his rifle all the way.
They just weren't expecting cheat code to
let's push up so aggressively, right?
Yeah, like it started out with the apartments push, right? Mia was completely caught up. Was it Mia? Was it? I think it was Redla who was completely off guard. And then the clutch as well, Neff expected a bit more respect coming out from cheat code, but it's nice to see that, right? Taking a bit of initiative, especially at the start.
Yeah, definitely something interesting for sure, because usually you give a team like Laser a lot of respect, but the thing is you want to do the opposite of that. You want to push up aggressively, give them no space, because once you give them the space to make their plays, that's it. You basically just lost the round.
Yeah, trading utility was banana early on, and now they're going straight into the B set piece. Smoke in round M1, CT chokes, misses a couple of bullets, tags a couple down low, but unable to finish the job. Now we find ourselves in a 4v5. Silicon actually gets Neff pushing the CT smoke. Not even getting the bomb down on Lay's side, and they finally do now. Redla again with the creek. Silicon slowly inching towards the side, gets up on an elevated spot. Almost catches the player on retreat, but doesn't land his shot, and that's gonna be Redla probably catching the hit. No, missing a couple of bullets as well. So both sides, a little bit of nerves. Perhaps Redla, the SG, a bit of control, but the trades come back and forth. And now we find ourselves in a 1 versus 1. Styron, the way down, takes the fight against Koma, but actually loses it.
I think this is definitely going to wake up this side, like, hey guys, we can't refuel around as much as we could in the last round. And cheat code takes 2 rounds off from late side. This is something huge.
Yeah, but the thing is, the bomb has gone down, right? So late side to be able to foster another buyback in. Neff will get the AWP this time, a Krieg on Redla, a Deagle on Dizzy. So, that's the one sacrifice this side have to make, right? Whereas on the side of cheat code, I think Silicon's op has been pretty decent. Right, and the post run there on B, being able to win the round back, that's not something to be scuffed at all. 2-man Apps aggression coming off on the side of cheat code. I think down towards the top as they go.
Yeah, I think they're having a great time winning 2 points against a team like Leisai. Look at Pring catches Styron off guard there. But now what? There for the trade, good enough, 1 for 1. But will they continue the aggression towards lane here? Moose Bruce is in the mini pit, and I believe there's someone right above him. That will be IDK Koma. Down by balcony. On there, Redla. Oh, get caught off with the whole duck and weave against Redla. Redla down for the count. Will they be able to trade out? Yes, they will be able to trade out into the favor of cheat code 2v3. DZ and Nev. Nev is on the op. He gets a huge kill on Silicon here in the library. Can he get a second one on Moose Bruce?
Yeah, they know exactly where he is, right? Or at least the vicinity he's in. He's up against the pit, but he's not expecting Busy up above him on the balcony. And now, it's just Chooks left in a 1 versus 2. Smoke still up. But he's a bit of space to get up close and personal. Lands a dink on the Dizzy through the box, but Nav swings for the trade. Just as his teammate takes contact, and that's going to be 5-2. Nice TK at the end there as well. But yeah, straight back on the board, Leisai.
I mean, Leisai still feeling pretty confident. That's why they're still a warranted TK, I guess.
Yeah, the money's not that good for Chico, right? I think the first round they won, there were 2 survivors. And the second round that they won, there was only 1 survivor. It was down to a 1 versus 1.
Yeah, like it's always like very dire conditions that they win. With only like so little players left remaining.
So just the Deagles, what damage can they do? Back to the turtle setup, right? That you could probably call it Nev, opener towards Banana, and the rest is the beeline towards that A side. Brinicle kind of loves this position. Bullet unlanding exactly by Dark, and then eventually jumping shot from here. Okay, I think come on one-way smoke to work with on the side. They should have a good idea here. Yeah, one way as well.
His life faded as well.
Oh, the bomb drop.
He picks up the AWP, but oh, not the best timing to swap over to the AWP, of course.
Yeah.
Did he have? It looked like he had auto weapon. He had auto switch on.
Yeah, probably.
Not something you would like to have, especially when you play competitively.
But now we see, right? Do they opt to go for double op setup? Right, we've seen Silicon with the AWP a couple of times. Now it's Brinicle to pick it up, maybe taking it towards B.
I mean, the ideal position would be Banana, but he's bringing it towards middle. So
going for the peak towards cave. No expecting to jump up, but he gets flash, has to fall away. Some oppers, you can play anti-flash first, you heal the flash pop, and then you swing out. Probably could have gotten Styron there. I think it was Mook from Fear in the grand finals against Leisai. He was doing that pretty winning the 1v1 v Styron, but when you don't do that, you can give Leisai a lot of space, and that's exactly what they'll take. Okay, so now the A side is under compromise yet again. Look at how far the B is on one side. There's still a player on. It's gonna be incredibly late on the board, so if Leisai find all the kills onto the side, it's gonna be impossible to retake for G Code.
I mean, Leisai more or less is all the angles. Bomb is just dropped in the middle of side.
Yeah,
wait a minute. I mean, Dizzy is still coming in from the arch, but it won't be enough. I think they should be able to catch out Silicon and Chucks on the rotation at the same time there. Looks like they catch one another, and Silicon comes out on top here. Styron, last one standing. He does manage to get the bomb, but finally his head is peeking by no ammo.
Okay.
Lacking shots there. Both
the
super low. The nade. May just land. Oh, just barely. 3 HP. They just need to land either pistol shots here, and they're gonna take this round. He does pick up the AK, he sees the head and takes down Styron. This is a very interesting upset coming in from Cheat Code.
Yeah, not exactly an upset yet, but
not
definitely not a round that he should have won, right? You know, this side still in, a bit of a joyous mood.
True, they are having fun too.
Yeah.
But how much fun can they have?
I mean, on the T side, all 3 rounds that Cheat Code have won, they've had a combined total of 4 players. I mean, 2, 1, and 1. So the economy's still not too good, right? Late side, even on Deagles, they're gonna be cracked. Yeah, I think that Nev probably a little bit disappointed with himself, right? I think he missed a bit of a spray towards Silicon.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Redla constantly bringing out the SG as well, so that's something interesting. I guess you have money, make it rain.
Straight towards B. All 5 players on the side of Lei side, keeping it simple. Chooks get the first shot. Yep, he does. Doesn't have blind actually. Now he does, but has space to get back in. And the buy time for him, but Silicon commits a little bit too much to the spray. to the smoke, and now it's Shooks. It's a bit of a desperate situation. There's a player sitting inside the smoke. I think that's going to be... Is that Styron? It is.
Number 8.
Redla.
Oh, that's Redla.
He falls. But Nav gets another. Now they know exactly where
Nav.
Shooks is. Nav, you know, maybe better with the Deagle than the rifle this game. Styron sneaks into a CT. They don't see where the player in cons is. Dizzy will get the frag.
Oh, look at where Moose Bruce is that though. He's been
So
on A side.
So late.
He's been on A side the whole time. While A side was just pushing. I guess he was like, oh, this could be a fake. This could be a fake. They could send one guy towards A, but hey, surprise, surprise, they were all at B the entire time. He just popped one flash onto he just dropped a huge nade. Corner, however.
And that's gonna be the end.
Oh, 2K coming in from Styron towards the end. I mean, if Styron can have fun, I want to have fun too.
Nah, you can always come in now, bait a couple of teammates, and then...
Maybe when we play in-house together.
Nuke?
Nuke? Yeah, sure, Nuke. I'll be on your team this time. I'll help you entry frag.
But let's see, back down to the Deagles, right? It's Chico, the economy is in such a wretched situation, right? They just can't catch a break. They have to take an eagle right after. Nav this time leading the troops in. Got some take space in towards Arch in the connector already. Styron smoking it off as well. Fitting on the net, but so far behind them, the timing might actually work out against him.
Oh, it's going for a 9!
Well, they wanted a 9, but weren't able to get it. And now it's what against Silicon. This time I think but not as good.
Yeah. Pretty interesting though, trying to go for a 9 but get shut out. It's Styron again with the team kill. He's so lucky that this is of course brought to you by 5v Arena, so there's no friendly fire kick, so maybe 5v maybe in the future they'll implement it because of this.
Well, 11th, 12th round now. 8-3 Chico. Is this where you get a little bit desperate, right? The op has changed hands 2 times now. He started in Silicon's hand, he went really good. Now Banana gets the first kill onto Redla. They're all in towards B yet again. They're splitting it up late side. They know that, I think they have a good idea that cheat code are only playing 2s versus side. But look, there's finally a bit of aggression coming from the CTs. They're already pushing down Banana. They have the information. But CTs, they have the site and they push Dizzy up as well. Oh dear.
Just the timing now. If Cons can keep out, catch him off guard, but never mind, Brinnicle will just catch him instead. Smoke is gone, but so now the aim duels will be laid down, and Chuck's last one in Cons. He has the op, but Styron has the aim. Good one tap.
Yeah. And again, half buy coming from cheat code. I think with the rounds that they've won, they were pretty good rounds. At least I think mechanically the players are okay.
Yeah, I would say they're pretty solid as mechanically. They are winning those aim duels against this side.
Yeah, like some of them are doing pretty well. I think Silicon, a couple of good ones. IDK Coma as well. But you know, I think overall, like the levels of experience that is really showing. Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's the level of experience.
More, yeah.
That's the level of experience you're talking about.
Nav on the Dizzy again, so that's probably what 2-0 in the favor of Nav.
2-0 in the favor of Nav. Oh, I mean, Styron has been winning a lot of these duels within his team as well. He's been getting like, what, I think he has like 5 or 4 TKs already.
They've actually forced spot back in cheat code. So this is the all-in, this is the economy for Mars.
Oh, and then Gaff as well.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious. I thought there was a Galil silhouette. I was like, well, how did he get Galil? But turns out, hey, the Gaff.
Yeah, there's 4 players with A though waiting to receive, and the Gaff actually gets 1. Styron goes shot. Moose Bruce gets 2, but all the kills just come swinging in the favor of late side, and now it's Shook's turn to clutch. What is he good for?
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely clutch this up. He has, I believe, clutched up once before. Just barely. But at this point of time, the Farmers against Styron and Nav. Styron is just 1 shot away. But Chuck is also 1 shot away technically. With a headshot. What he could potentially do is... yeah, okay, I was about to say wrap around. And he did it!
Styron's low though. Styron's incredibly low.
Where is Styron at? He's in pit, isn't he?
He's in mini pit, staring down, praying that his one doesn't come towards him. Oh, but he's gonna take contact. Surely it's Tyron though. Oh, Chooks wants to switch up to the Gav. There wasn't time for him anyway to get the defuse, so that's unfortunate. I think Tyron actually gets to live that round. Heist of the century.
Heist of the century. 7 HP as well. And the timeout being called out by, I believe, Leistai. So this is something interesting. I guess they just want to have some fun here. Like, hey guys, just switch things up. Maybe we should play more serious. Who am I kidding? I mean,
they don't have to. They're keeping it simple, right? All 5 players grouped up. They know that Cheatcode haven't been really taking too much space. So they're just waiting for the first 20 seconds. If there's no aggressive maneuver, let's just group up and go, right? You've seen 5-man B executes, you've seen 5-man A executes. They're not scared of that. Okay, maybe 4-men last round because they start. But they're still getting it done. And okay, it's Nef's turn to hit the deck.
DZ1 Nef 2?
Yeah. We'll keep it counted.
Wasn't there kills earlier in the round as well? From DZ and Nef. I think it's 2-2.
Best of 5 maybe between them.
Best of 5. But they are just running away. I mean, they tried to play something, push something aggressive towards mid and second lane, but they just get shut down. Cheatcode. They can only do so much to breathe around this time. Oh, that is a nice max 7 skin. Oh man, it's tagged down so low by his teammate. Just purifying every corner they can, who knows, we end up getting a kill and getting a bit of a spicy op headshot onto Redla here. City Con last one from Banana. Banana is, I know they should do like a banana split, right? Like if Cheatcode goes on terrace side, send 3 towards banana, send 2 towards archway, and then just wrap around. That's why I call it banana split, that makes sense.
Sure you're not talking about the ice cream?
Shush. Oh, let's see who's gonna be the first one to TK.
Who's your money on? I think Dizzy, because the last one it was Nef.
Who's that? The Deagle? Could be. Oh no, it was a Deagle circle.
He's got Nova out. Dizzy gets tagged down.
They're tagging one another.
Yep.
Oh, Redla's the one. Okay.
No,
the double teamwork.
Oh yeah. It's the tag team.
I mean, Nef severely handicapped now with, I believe, only 20 HP.
Stop. Okay, he's starting on here a little bit there. They were thinking about the boost and then he just went, nope, actually I'm just gonna spin around and just get the headshot.
Didn't catch that actually. Still too busy looking at how much health does Nef has, like the op as well. Something interesting is going on for Lei's side.
I think he's aware. Yeah, he was definitely aware, but
Nova.
Yeah. Now 1 versus 5. Siren.
Maybe they're just giving the show floor to Styron to clutch up, right? 1v5, right?
Predictions, yeah. Just leave them aside. 11-4 at the end of the first half for Lei's side as we switch on over to the second half.
I mean, I'm here for the curse, right? I'm just here to curse all the teams with the caster curse, Potential 1v5 clutch.
You'd be a really good friend to have on opposite day on April Fools. But yeah, let's see. So small timeout straight away. But so what do you reckon? 4 rounds for Cheatcode.
5 rounds. I mean, I think potentially 6 to 16 at this point. I mean, if Lei's side continues this up, maybe 8 to 16.
8. Oh, okay.
Potentially.
Okay.
I mean, it's no longer a prediction anymore. It's just okay. Maybe predictions are guesses. What we're talking about.
All right. So what have you enjoyed from Cheatcode so far?
I mean, I love the mechanical skills. Like they definitely.
That's what you say about everyone.
No, I do not. Not everyone. I mean, I think this is the first time I've said that. I believe. I'm pretty sure because I've never seen someone with those kind of mechanical skills go up against Lei's side. They are really sharp. Like if you were to say Cheatcode versus Fear Esports, I'd say it would be pretty close as well.
Really?
I feel. I mean, they don't have the strats. They don't really have the strats for it, but they have the aim.
But
I mean,
talking about aim.
Talking about aim, anyways. I should keep my mouth shut, right?
You were saying?
I mean,
point taken.
Point taken. But still, Cheatcode earlier on in numerous duels, they actually at pretty sharp aim, they managed to get a lot of decent, good kills. I'm not sure if Lakeside maybe isn't just playing at 100% right now, but
Yeah.
from what I can see, they're playing pretty sharp.
So yeah, alright. For MP9s, I think it might be a bit reminiscent of what we saw against Fear. Second round, just push down middle with MP9 to get a couple of kills.
Oh, but they're not pushing down middle though.
I mean, Mia's gonna pick sure.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
There you go. Probably go back in for a repeat. Second one as well.
Yeah,
Know
those eco frags.
exactly where he. Yeah, Tasty $600 for every kill, and Red Last steals away from his teammate, but no love lost. Silicon in the boiler. I think Mia should have a very good idea. Slowly swing it. Yep, make that another for him. Moose bruised out carpet. Sure, fight, but we don't have anything to work with. Mia, 4 kills. Again, keeping up that form that we saw online.
4 to 13, and I'm just taking a look at the concurrent matches that are going on, and just some minor updates. You know, Bloom lost to 1-3 Power Rangers 5 to 16, so most likely it'll be. For now, it's just down to Darkside and Vexero, and I believe we'll be watching later bracket, winner bracket 3.2.
He has the gap. That's. Is it okay with an M249? I'm not exactly sure.
I think it's a negative.
Is it the gap?
Yeah, I mean the stock looks like a negative.
Yeah. Redla slowly around the corner. The AKs for cheat code do yield them a kill at least, but now it's 2-4. Bomb as well near the hay bales. So Chucks as well as Moose Bruce, what do they have? Gets flashed in, but Moose Bruce actually turns away from the flash and gets the kill in return. Siren though the next one to find it. Neff onto Dizzy as usual.
As
But
usual.
Moose Bruce, I think he has just about as much HP as Siren. One bullet would do the work against him. Very big
Whoa!
work class.
I mean, he's
bomb as well, and as well 50 seconds to play with here.
I mean, he could just go for the rotate, right? I mean, then again, he doesn't know where Styron is at right now.
He should.
And, he doesn't see him. Wait, what? He's right there. He's right there. He doesn't see him. What? I saw him clear as day, and I'm sitting 2 meters away from the screen. Huh?
You have the benefit of X-ray.
No, I didn't even notice the X-ray. He just okay. He blended in really well with the background, but I saw something darker there. And then my eyes looked towards that, and I saw him. I swear. I'm like, it's right there. You can't miss him. But then again, could be the X-ray.
Game is different.
Yeah, it could be different because of the
It's
in-game.
different. Yeah.
Maybe the vibrancy has turned up. But I swear.
Rush B, here we go. Flashes, nades, all being got, but it's just probably gonna be a bit of farming session here for Layside. It's a bit of a desperate play to run through the morning and then it's just gonna be a sweep up for Siren. Thank you very much as Layside booked themselves on 15. So, you know, the 16-way prediction, not looking so hot, but they
They're just gonna close out now.
They do get one rifle round to go at it.
Maybe it's a team. Maybe they want to give them 5-16 again. Just like Booms. Or here comes the party. I mean, they can afford to lose this round judging by the economy. Maybe except Star and Neff. But they can always just buy out the MP9.
Okay.
Oh,
Siren Hall.
for once, Siren.
Yeah, but all the kills still coming in favor of it's a thing on the should be low. Well, smoking each other off, and yeah, actually gets deleted by Moose.
Yeah, it's a pretty common pre-fire angle, so that's
1v3.
something. Oh, DZ so low on HP, but look, he's gonna push through the mid smoke, go towards banana. He's gonna rotate, he's gonna pick up the op, I assume, yeah. He's gonna try off down from CT, or perhaps save this even. If he even wants to save this.
Yeah, he won't see.
No.
Oh, thought about it.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he was gonna throw there.
Kamikaze there. Yep.
Yeah, yep.
Let's go.
Sit down. Alright, that's the 5-16. Maybe that's the magic scoreline.
If it turns out not to be 5-16, like you just ship you off stream.
Yeah, I mean, it's either horrible. I mean, whatever I predict, just go the opposite, right?
Yeah. All right. So possibly the final round now. No team kills started off, and economy not the greatest for these sides, right? But they're pushing down middle straight away. Red Luck gets traded. He's gonna keep it in support scouting from the boy.
Oh,
He's gonna push,
he gets
and
caught.
gets caught out, pushing through his own. I think there was no flashes there to assist him as well, but there's
Yeah.
two more players to be Neff as well as Dizzy. No, Neff and Mia. Dizzy with just a scalp. Neff just gets the kill. Now it's down to a 1 versus 1, which IDK Coma actually wins out against Mia. So, Chris, I think we should put you into container. Ship you off a bit.
Box me up and ship me home. Oh man. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lisa wanted to end that round there. But Styron was not ready. Styron was not ready for that at all. I'm pretty sure he anticipated getting at least 2 max 7 kills or 1 max 7 kill, but he just got shot in the face.
So let's see, Mia picks down the middle. A couple of fights. They do get a 2v1 to Neff, so that's gonna be an opener. Really low. They're all peeking on Lei side. And let's see how much damage you can actually do, right? Because the scouts can be very useful in summing them up with the deagles as well. A headshot by Big. So now it's a 2 versus 1. Styron with a single deagle can win the round because both players, I think, might just be winning 1 shot. Silicon maybe not exactly if you hit his leg or whatever, but Moose Boost definitely.
I mean you would aim
There's
for
our
the
answer.
chest, right? Oh, there's one. There's no what? Okay.
There we go.
That's all she wrote, I guess. Like you mentioned, 1, 2. What final round coming from Styron? I mean, like, I don't know what is that accuracy on the deagle at that range, but those shots came in fast consecutively.
Yeah, I mean, you just timed it as well. Like boom,
da,
boom.
da.
Yeah. Clean as you like, easy as you like for Lei side, right? 16 to 6, yeah, but the rounds, they were giveaways.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it would have gone to my first guess, which is 8 to 16. I was in the back of my mind, I'm like, is it gonna be 8 to 16? Then again, I may have jinxed it in the back of my head.
That wasn't 8 to 16.
It was 6 to 16.
Yeah. So you're just not gonna get a prediction right.
Yeah, I mean, that's
You
for
can
the best.
But I guess we're done for the day, at least in terms of Chris's predictions.
That's
right?
for the best, right?
Yeah, but we're not done with the matches for the day though. Up next, it will be we have 2 semi-final matches in upper brackets. Fear against Lei side, and the winner of Vexerial/Dark side against 123 Power Rangers. The people in the teams in lower brackets, unfortunately, it will be Here Comes the Party against Cheat Code, and then you've got you've got AXS winning the lower bracket, you've got Booms winning the lower bracket, you've got Bloom winning in the lower bracket, and you've got iBobo winning the lower bracket as well. So that will be an interesting scuffle to watch. But yeah, it's Vexero actually lost 4 to 16, so not the best start for them.
Quite unfortunate.
And it's Vexero against Booms. That's
something interesting to see.
Yeah, Cheat Code AXS. I think that's gonna be a more even matchup for us to watch. Yeah,
I think so. Based by the performance we saw earlier, later I'll give my quote unquote predictions later. Okay.
yeah. But I guess for now we're done with map 2. We'll be into map 3 very shortly. I think it'll be either one, right? It'll be either Dark Side or 123 PR. Yeah.
On for 123 PR or 123 Power Rangers against Darkside. What are your bets?
I think Dark Side.
Darkside had Okay.
I mean, I went Vexero was the like the emotive, the emotional pick. Like you want them to do well, but I think now the Dark Side are looking strong. I don't think 123 Power Rangers really stand much. I think they can keep it close, maybe 8 or 9 rounds.
Boggers and Joe Spy and friends, Inflames. I mean, they're pretty strong as well. Can't really come.
Yeah, but I don't think they have the level of experience on that side. So
that's true.
But Lei side against Fear, that's gonna be a fiery matchup.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't think we'll be watching the match.
Yeah.
We'll find out later as well. I think we are gonna watch Darkside versus 123 Power Rangers later.
Yeah, but for now, we'll be heading into a quick break, and then when we're back, we're gonna bring you, as Chris mentioned, Darkside against 123 Power Rangers. Don't go too far away. We've got more CS action coming up right after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the third game of today, the first day of our 5-year Arena Open, of course, brought to you by the Asia Esports Festival in conjunction with Singapore Comic Con 2021. As we approach the business end of the year, it's near Christmas, so first 2 days gonna qualify us, and then when the new year starts, we're gonna get to LAN.
Oh man, I can't wait for the LAN in January, and of course it's 2nd January. So for those players out there as well as the audience, take note of that, and we'll probably see you guys there. It'd be awesome to have LAN again in Singapore.
Yeah, it's on a Sunday. I mean, we just had it with Testament, right? But that was with players in their respective booths, right? All the screaming, all the cheering.
There's gonna be a lot of screaming and shouting right. It's actually right across us from where we're sitting, so we're gonna hear a lot of that on 2nd January.
It was muffled when we had that Testament. At least the teams couldn't hear it when they're doing it to each other, but here it'll be no holds barred.
Like imagine I can just talk to the person next door right now. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You imagine the shouting that's gonna be happening, and especially with the recent the Blast CS:GO tournament, how much shouting and screaming there was in that tournament as well. I can't wait to see actually how it's like in Singapore again.
I mean, third game of the day. It's going to be Darkside against 123 Power Rangers. Of course, on the other side, we've got Lace versus FYR here. Right, 2 very interesting matchups and 4 incredible teams. They've made it all the way to the upper bracket semi-finals already. That's gonna be interesting, right? Both teams and the winners will play in the upper bracket final, which will be played tomorrow, right? And then we have the other lower bracket games as well. We will have 2 lower bracket games today. I think the first one is gonna be AXS against Cheat Code, and then the second one is going to be Here Comes the Party against Pack Zero, who unfortunately lost against Darkside. Yeah,
against Pack Zero. It's gonna be a tough one for Here Comes the Party, knowing both sides, both teams. So
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting.
I think Here Comes the Party got the worst possible draw they could have gotten.
I think they're most probably gonna get eliminated in the lower bracket as well. Like, imagine the upper bracket get eliminated in the first game, and go to the lower bracket.
It's not that bad, right? Yeah, technically, you're gonna look at it. Like the first game you play against this China, second game you play against like Serial, who are pretty strong team still. So yeah, you have no choice, right? Whereas on the other side, if you've got AXS against Cheat Code, I think that's where both teams really have a good chance of winning. So whoever makes it out, at least you get to survive for another day.
Yeah, until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then you'll see what happens to you.
Yeah, still best of ones all the way until we arrive on LAN. Right. So 3,500 prize pool as well, which the players will be able to use.
Right here. Yep. And the Esports Experience Center. I believe first place is 5 times 500 Esports Experience dollar voucher. So can get yourself some pretty sick kicks here. And I can't wait to see all the players here on LAN still.
The map that we'll be heading into for this match,
Mirage.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think 123 Power Rangers, they didn't look too strong when they played the Testament. And Darkside, they should be comfortable on this. Like if Oxyride is playing, which I really do suspect that he is, it's kind of his home ground. Or at least like even for myself, whenever we play against Oxyride, we really don't want to play Mirage against him. I think he's just really comfortable on the map. So I think Darkside should be favored. But what do you think?
Knowing how structured 123 Power, okay, not really structured, but I believe the firepower in 123 Power Rangers, they are pretty strong, especially Boggers or B-Hoggers, alongside with Inflames and Joespine. These 3 are the most prominent names that I could remember right now. But ultimately, in the end, I think Darkside has more stronger structured teamwork that is going to be happening between them. So far, we've seen how they executed takes throughout middle as well as I believe the A side as well. Very clean overall from Darkside. 123 Power Rangers, they have of course shown they are pretty strong as well against tournament teams as well.
Yeah, I mean not necessarily more structured for Darkside, but just the fact that we've seen Hemisk, Addict, Camel play together for so long. I think just means that they've got that natural chemistry. Sometimes we look at Layside, we look at that straight away, right? Natural chemistry between all 5 players. But for Darkside, it's going to be between those 3, right? 123 Power Rangers, you've got Chugger, you've got Bogger, and if I move slightly to my right, you've got Joespy, you've got Inflames, and then you've got Daysama. I think Daysama is someone interesting to look out for. Inflames as well. But I think on the side of 123 Power Rangers, I think we might pinpoint a bit to Terminate, because he's not necessarily, I think, a staple in this roster, but with that AWP he is quite flexible and he likes to get aggressive. I think when they played, I think back in Q2, it was, yeah, like Terminate was really trying to put himself out and about with the AWP. Like you would see him push up top middle with the AWP, a flash from his teammate over from A, and that's exactly what Oxyra likes to do. Right, when he plays towards A, he likes to just play retake, throw some body flashes for his teammates. If the opponents come on A, so be it, just leave it and play retake afterwards. And if 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers cannot find a solution to that, that's gonna be a problem.
I mean, they have faced each other before. They should know one another's playing patterns here, right? At least they, from the past, but I'm not sure about this current stage, you know, of their lifetime.
They have. So Darkside back in Q2, they played under Racing Peak, right? I think that was with Terminate inside. I think Camo and Addict as well. I think Chemist.
Yes, Chemist was there.
Yeah. So that's 4 out of the 5 players who actually beat 1-3 Power Rangers back in November.
Yeah, no, that's like a month ago. So we're gonna see something fresh and renewing in this upcoming matchup here between Darkside and 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers.
If 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers do better, then like they'll at least try to get a better scoreline than they did last time out. I think when they played back in November, I think it was 16-8 or 16-9. So yeah,
sounds familiar. Yeah, I mean, ultimately in the end, I just hope 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers kind of learn from that game from the past and then apply it into this new game with new strategies, especially against a team like Darkside. Darkside, I mean, they are all pretty formidable foes against in this map. Or what? Mirage? What's it?
It was 16-13 actually.
Oh,
when they played
16-13.
Like just a month ago. So I think about a month to the date. Yeah, the second qualifiers was
almost exactly a month. Yeah,
22nd November.
Oh, exactly a month.
And so yeah, we're gonna head straight into the 9th round. The last time they met 16-13 in the favor of Racing Peak, now Darkside. Right, back then the highest rated player, 1.56. His AW will be the one to watch out for.
I mean, he is the main opper of Darkside, and he's just cracked at the AWP, man. Like, there's no doubt about it. And I just hope he picks up the AWP, because I haven't really seen him AWP precisely, or like notable AWP kills so far. It's just mostly Oxyrite picking up the AWP. I believe Hymis picked up the AWP once.
Yeah, but that's because they were incredibly comfortable.
Yeah,
right,
that's
against AXS. Here, I think they'll be going back to what their more default roles, right? Oxyrite, he's a rifler. You know, Addict, Hemisk, more riflers as well. So let's see. Darkside, they get the CT-sided start. 1-3 Power Rangers starting on the T side. Mirage is the battleground for these two teams. Upper bracket semi-finals. Here we go.
Here we go, indeed. Between Darkside and 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers. Game number 3 is Mirage.
Pistol, set strat, right? Smokes towards connector as well as jungle, I suppose. They're gonna come out bursting towards the A side. Player in towards the balcony. 2 in fact, 1 from below, 1 from above, and they're gonna rain death from above. That's until Daysummer returns back with 2. He's incredibly low though. Joe's 5 will actually step up this round, but he falls, and now it's the player with 2. So he'll have to clutch out. You have to have an ace clutch to win this round, and I don't really think that's possible.
If he can get those close range headshots with the Glock, it could still be possible. But like we just saw, he couldn't even land a single shot at that point of time because he just was so low.
Yeah, they were so confident on the A read though, Darkside, right? Straight pistol round straight away. 3 players on that A side. One playing towards the kid to sell that maybe this is a retake setup, and I think 1, 2, 3 Power Rangers, once they saw that, they thought, right, the A side should be open. They just didn't expect one player to be at the balcony and one to be, you know, right underneath as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're just caught off guard there. I mean, that's what happens when you don't read your opponents well enough and you get mind gamed. Currently, they do have the P250 and 1 Tech 9 and a Gigo. It's still a bit doable. What was that? Okay, Camel. Okay, he's up against 3 players, so he gets 2 kills in the end, but gets tagged down. And I see a frag kill being picked up here by Oxyrite as well.
I mean, that's, you know, getting the anti-eco away and done with pretty quickly, right? 1-3 Power Rangers wasting no time with that at all, right?
Yeah, I mean, Camel just pushed out instantly, like jumped right into the middle.
Yeah, I mean, the tease as well, right? Not wanting to waste any time and straight, I think, into an A set piece, right? So they fake a smoke, they throw a smoke towards Nest, but sell that this is a more defaulty round. Out towards A, right? Oxyrite gets deleted, trying to push in towards main. So now they get some level of visibility, and he has found a trade kill. So now we find ourselves in 4 versus 4. Hemisk,
Wow.
up close and personal in the apartment. He's got a lot of space, so he can, relay the information to the rest of his teammates, right? That, he's in a pretty safe position right now. There's no fear for him.
And there's no one coming up in the apartment, so most likely they're either towards mid or A, either in Palace or in the cave. They are still holding back in spawn, and I think if Hemisk pushes up a bit more, he could just possibly give the good call here and let his team know that, hey, there's no one going to be pushing the apartment at all. Yeah, but right now, Bomb leaning towards apartment from what it seems, or Traps going to the middle. Maybe perhaps it could be going for a mid to B, just in smoke up nest and connector. But what kind? They only have 2 smokes, so it's 3 smokes is possible.
Yeah, they're looking for an A split, right? So all the time the main player is taking contact, right? They're trying to sneak up middle. So if Addict's not careful, he can get his head to bomb, but he's good for both, in fact, and that's the bomb drop. Now the A players are stuck in limbo. Bombs out in the open. So yes, you have a smoke for the jungle cross, but you don't have anything to work with. Chogger, 1 versus 4. The player towards CT is pretty low. And will be able to get frag. 1 through the smoke as well on the Addict. So now it's a 1 versus 2. 1 headshot could be all he needs to change the round. Flash spots the player out the catwalk, but Hemisk has the angle. That's going to be 3-0. So the bonus round converted for Dark Side. They carry over both AKs as well. Warning signs there for 1 to 3 Power Rangers. They seem to have a plan at the start of the round, but the moment they found the kill on the Oxyrite, for some reason, maybe it was the smoke that deterred them, they decided to call a pause, go back into middle, and then the round got undone from there. Yeah,
I mean, Addict was pretty cracked in connector, just able to stop 2 people from pushing the connector entirely. And then from there onwards...
Straight to the underpass, yes, Tommy.
What? Wait, where is he going? Wait, what? Okay, he's going straight to other pass really quickly. He's really getting a lot of info from this though. He may be able to catch out 1 player as well.
Spinning for himself, making a lot of noise, so you don't expect to play another pass. And yeah, look, right from behind, Chogger's not expecting it at all.
Yeah, I mean, coming up from the mid smoke, gets a huge double kill for himself as well. I mean, of course, these are the ego kills, gotta go for the anti-ego yet again. Yeah, drop down to the pistols, but hey, look at that. Inflames from this down, 2 beautiful headshots. Inflames just picked up one of the AK. Should probably try to go for a save, but Terminate is already in the T apartment as well by TV, and it's just there, ready to catch.
Yeah, we should expect this setup coming from Darkside a lot though. The round that you just saw was the most typical one that we probably see from a team that has Oxyrite in it. Right, Oxyrite, A anchor, playing from CT, playing retake, so the rest of his team, they can shut down middle whenever their opponents want to come. Right, and that's exactly what happened. I think that Camo, Hemisk, as well as Terminate, the little triangle setup in middle, like Terminate was being aggressive as well. In fact, gets a kill to open up the round. And 1 to 3 Power Rangers, the next gun round hasn't started in the best way possible for them. Now they need to find a kill from somewhere, but where exactly? Not too sure. Smoke for short, Addicts playing up close and personal in connector, has Terminate here for him as well. Maybe Power Rangers want to sit in the smoke for a bit. Moves away.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that they moved away because the up's gonna be around. The Addict is right around the corner and gets another 2 kills. Okay, no, Terminate's gonna be there for the spot, so still 2 kills leading to the favor of Darkside right in connector. And I think 1 to 3 Power Rangers, they're kinda scrambling around and shambles. Bogger's trying his best to at least get a kill on the Oxyrite on default, but unfortunately can't get that out as well. Joe Spy, another one down for the count. 5-0, 5-all.
It's so difficult if you're 1 to 3 Power Rangers right now. If you've got Terminate being as aggressive as he is, and you don't really adjust to the fact that Oxyrite is just playing retake, then it's going to be problematic, right? What they could do, right, throw some smokes towards A, at least get the bomb down, then you're talking about the post plan, right? But otherwise, every time it seems as though they want to go towards middle, right? And the more they do that, I think the more problems they're going to run into. So now they're going for the A set piece at long last.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope they find the timing here to line up those.
I mean, they don't have to. Oxyrite's ready to play retake, right? He's just gonna give it to them for free. You know what? Have it.
That's true. Just
have the site. I'll give it to you.
We'll come back for it one day, whippersnapper. Okay, he's just gonna smoke off CT spawn his opponents as well. Of course, no retake. 5-man retake is gonna be very scary against 1 to 3 Power Rangers.
but they're ready for this darkside. This is what they've been playing for, right? So they should be primed to shut this down. No utility left for the T side. It's going to make it incredibly difficult. Meanwhile, there's a lot of flashes and smokes on the side of darkside. They're going to wait for the CT smoke to fade. Flashes go in. Oxyrite goes up, kills the player to damage. No, Jaws by right behind him. And okay, the kills do come in the favor of 1-3 Power Rangers for a bit. Back and forth we go, but now it's Terminate left in a 1 versus 2. Up close. Sees the player out a triple, I think. Yeah, but the second player is up in Palace. He misses his shot and Bogger takes him down.
There we go. The first point on the board for 1-2-3 Power Rangers. I think that is the momentum they kind of need here.
And that was the solution they needed, right?
Yeah.
Set piece towards A, get the bomb down, get a post plant, make it messy, make it work.
Yeah, I mean, like, we were kind of hoping, right, for darkside to at least, just take the side, let you have to take the side, we can come back for the retake. But ultimately, I think the retake kind of fell a bit flat when I believe Camo came out of the smoke and tried to eliminate the player in Sandwich. Didn't quite work out because the crossfire was there. And speaking of Camo, look at that. He's the one picking up the op this time, going up to shot and catching an opening kill onto Inflames. So that's one rifle down as well as utilities. Boggers in the meantime, just making sure no one's coming from underpass as it is going to get mollied off here.
So, again, so they win around, then go back to the default, and they get picked off by... They get picked off straight away, right? This time by Camo. Op on him. It's going to be incredibly difficult for 1-3 Power Rangers to get themselves back into the round. In fact, they're happy to give up middle, right? There's some sort of presence was connector, but there's no one into the jungle, so this boost up isn't going to yield anything for Bogger. And meanwhile, the players holding the extremities on the map, which are... one towards the apartments, there's going to be Daysama towards Palace, and the second one in Chogger holding a tight line with the AWP. They're not going to get anything, right?
Yeah.
Darkside, they're happy to play from behind. 5 versus 4, it's fine.
Yeah, and they are going to bring the bomb over to the B side. Maybe they have any... Yeah, they do have a couple of smokes, perhaps could smoke out market window. And allow the entry, but Camus picks up another kill in middle, however, a trade kill comes in and Camus will give the call that, hey, coming towards B side. He will not be able to get one kill, however, but Oxyrite, there for the trade.
Yeah, now we find ourselves in the 3v2. Chogger has the AWP though, so this makes it very much doable. There's a flank coming in your apartments. It's going to be late. It's going to be Addict right on the flank.
Maybe able to catch up Chogger here.
Yeah, but Chogger does find one, right? This should set up Addict for the frag, but Chogger gets two, in fact, so he makes it doable. Joe Spy 1 versus 1. The Molotov will flush on the player at bench, but there's nobody home, right? Playing towards the backside, and I think he has got time on his side as well.
Oh, here's the tap.
Yeah, Addict is going to be difficult for him, and Joe Spy cleans it up. Headshot straight onto Addict's face, and 1-3 Power Rangers find a second. So 5 versus 4, and they managed to actually pick it up despite being a man down. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think Addict came in a bit too slow with that flank. If he eliminated Choggers by window, it would have been a 2v1.
It's difficult, you have to walk all the way, right? So maybe his teammates could have done a better job in not falling to the op,
pushing up, right?
Since you knew. Yeah, but I think Addict, he had to walk there, so...
No, I mean, he hesitated at the last second. Like he like that 2 seconds he took like to just stand still for a moment. Like I guess he assumed that Chogger was looking towards him. He could have saved his team member.
Yeah, but I mean, it's over. So, well, without a choice, Darkside have to go down to the pistols. What can they make of this? More again, a pretty standard setup. They bring 3 players towards A this time. It's just Camo in middle. Well, there's a smoke for Ness, sure, but Camo's in front of it. He sees nothing. Might just get a 1 dig, I think then the round gets interesting. Just attack on the Bogger, and he's gonna be dissuaded from going in for the repeat. Mid control established in the favor of the T's, but this is very clear, right? 1-3 Power Rangers, they want to go for the A split straight away already. So out they come. Chogger needs to stay alive, right? Buys time for days. Someone cleans up 2 coming out from Palace. Do they expect the third one is gonna fall? It's Oxy, right? Now it's just Chemix. So a clean anti-eco, in fact, a very clean one, a flawless one at that.
Flawless now. 1-3 Power Rangers bringing up the scoreboard here. Now tallying up to 3 points. They may be able to go huge against Darkside, but it's too soon to say.
Yeah. Let's see the next buy round. No AWP though for Darkside, and possibly later on Terminate will want to get his hands on it again, because I think that's when Darkside have had their success. But yeah, 3 rounds on the board. So not allowing the opponents to get away with it early, but aggression towards the underpass. I think it's going to be Terminate yet again.
If Terminate pushes this at the wrong timing...
Yeah, but they're pretty aware of this.
Oh, okay. Maybe
gonna
he
hold.
can catch one though.
Off angle, yeah, he should get one. But can he get a second?
Yes, he will! Gets a huge 2k for Darkside here. And they are able to stop any aggression towards underpass. Joespy still has one. Maybe just checking out something.
Well, they managed to upgrade the weapons as well, and so now you have no choice but to come out towards A, right? And as usual, Oxyrite playing retake, right? Jumps up on the ticket, there's no punish at all. Where's the Palace player? In fact, trying to clear out the shadow position. Jumps out eventually, does a summer, but dies to Oxyrite as well. And so now, 1-5 for him. Gets one, but that's it.
Right, Darkside takes it back. One more round to their favor at this point of time. 6-3. So far, I mean, Darkside is still looking pretty confident. But 1-3 Power Rangers, manages to, just say, hey, we're not here to get a one-sided game. We are actually gonna fight back against you, and not let you have a clean sweep.
Choga has the AWP now, so it'll be interesting to see where he decides to take it. In fact, he's going to take it towards B apartments. Yeah, possibly looking for the player who will jump spot towards the van. Can he get it? That's the question. Sees the incendiary. I think the player jump spotting does see it as well. So drops the defensive smoke. Not the best though.
There's a little gap there that Choga could potentially see, but he's just going to drop a flash, maybe a deterrent flash.
So the intention there was probably for Choga to get a kill and then they would just burst out, but instead it's Terminate to find yet another opener, this time onto Joespy. He's pushed all the way in Palace, Terminate. So without the AWP, he's being superbly aggressive. He's finding all the opening kills. And it gets destroyed through the wall. Not every day that you actually get to see, a player go from 100 to 0 from there.
Yeah, I mean that should open up quite a lot of avenues here now the Addict is down. Con should be clear, but it is smoked off.
Yeah, it's a luck combination both sides though, right? Because Terminate pushed all the way through Palace and got to play in T-spawn. So if you're 1-3 Power Rangers, you have to be thinking, could they have pushed as well? But equally, if you're Darkside, right, you forfeited mid control. So where are your opponents at?
Oh, he spots this.
Has to hold.
He has the Hamas as well.
It's a couple. One, perhaps.
One? Okay, yeah, that's good enough. He's just waiting for more. God, he gets splashed right at the last second here. And Camel cannot clean that kill onto Inflames here. Solo HP, he's just right under, and look at that, the double peak comes in. Choga, last one standing, 20 HP. Can he potentially clutch this up with the AWP? Only on 20 HP. Oxyrite only just on the slither of health. He's gonna pop up from balcony onto back of Vans here. He jumps right on top of the barrel, but gets caught out by Oxyrite. Unfortunately, picks up the AWP as well.
Yeah, confident read from 1-3 Power Rangers. I'm not sure how many Hemis saw there on the jump, right? But you see instantly all the players started rotating over through market for Darkside. I think that's what made the difference, right? You had enough players there to shut it down, even though it got messy, even though it got down to 1 versus 2. I don't think Choga had much of a chance at winning that, right?
I think there were 3 players left remaining, right, in that last round. And I'm pretty sure Hemis spotted out at least 2. That's why I guess the call was made at least to properly defend the side before they retake a fake, potentially. But ultimately, in the end, they got it in the bag.
Yeah, and it's just down to bare bones pistols now for 1-3 Power Rangers. No apps control, a deep smoke. But the CTs, they aren't exactly forcing the issue as well, right? Both sides waiting just for a little bit of aggression, a little bit of an overextension, but it's not coming. So this round, 1-3 Power Rangers, if you get gifted an opener, then sure, take it with both hands. But Darkside, they're playing quite far back as well, right? You don't want to give the weapons over.
Yeah.
Keys. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. That's a big Terminate as well, yeah. It's interesting.
Oh, Terminate so low. He's kind of whiffing his off shots now, not the thing that he wants at this point of time. They may just let him have this side and let's go for the retake, but Addict is there and awaiting, getting a huge 2k, deterring. But Bogger coming from window. Oh, it doesn't. Addict doesn't catch him in time on the rotate here, and ultimately falls down. Joespy as well, getting down to Oxyrite. Hammond's down from Connector. They're just trying their best to retake this side, and I mean, 1-3 Power Rangers, they don't really have the best armor, best weaponry, so they're just kind of falling like flies. Any single one tap from the M4A1S is just gonna eliminate him from the face of the world.
Yeah. Could have gotten messy there, especially with Bogger getting boosted up and then finding the backstep onto Addict, but the rest of the team managed to stabilize. And it's 8-3. Next gun round out. No AWP for the T side. Terminate will get his big green to work with this round. So which investment number does he go for? The incendiary to smoke off the nest. Smoke which monthly power just have been consistently throwing. So now he gets a one-way in the smoke. I think if the T's are smart, they should have heard the smoke extinguishing the incendiary, which is why they don't peek out. So very smart of the T's there. But that's going to delay the mid-take.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to just come busting out raw against an Oppa in the nest. Can be very detrimental to your team.
Yeah. So, but they're confident with this mid hold now, right? Because Terminate has the angle, so that's gonna allow Camo to get a very good angle on the pass. 1-3 Power Rangers have to use a second smoke to smoke the nest. This is gonna disturb the mid setup just a little bit, right? So the T's now get to establish mid control. About a minute remaining on the clock. Terminate drops a one-way for Addict. I think the intention is to flash through this, perhaps. Nope, he's gonna think better of it. Falls back, uses the one-way above. Yeah, he sees two, so he's gonna call it over to his teammates, right? This looks very much like an A split from the CT perspective. The B lurk gets taken out, and yeah, this attack is fall pretty limp on his feet.
Flawless round.
Shutdown.
Man, Dark Side, they read Power 2-3 Power Rangers like a book. I mean, it was a very good net smoke denial there. And then that deterred the push coming in from 1-2-3 Power Rangers. That kind of just kept him guessing, kept him waiting away in their spawn, trying to find areas to take over. I mean, they sent two towards the apartments, but they just get shut down so quickly.
It's 14-4. It's okay. Addicts 15 for 8. That's as well. Forced by back in 1-3 Power Rangers. Oh, Campbell doesn't really like what he saw there out in the middle. Has to fall back. Addict holding a tight angle, but gets deleted by Bogger. That's a man advantage. The smoke should dissuade the team from pushing through it. Yeah, as well. This was Terminate in between a rock and a hard place. The smoke, Terminate, he knows he has to take space somewhere, so he's trying to go for this frag as soon as he can. Trying to stay alive this Chogger, but unfortunately unable to do as such. The rest of his team coming through Palace. They will have an empty A side, I think.
I mean, this
falls.
This equalizes up though, 3-on-3. They are still hovering around the A side, still in Palace. They're trying to find a way to drop down. Perhaps drop a smoke by CT and by Stairs, but I don't think they have the utilities for it yet. They don't. They have to drop down dry. And coming on the op, coming up by Stairs, may be able to get a pick here, but it kind of whiffs his shot. Just a tad bit, dancing around, misses his second shot. He needs to connect the shot, but his teammates are kind of just cleaning up. But Dozmai stands up, ready for action, gets a huge 2K. He's so low on HP and he will get naded down by default. That's so unfortunate here.
Yep. And Terminate missing a couple of shots, but eventually he gets there. I think a 1 versus 2 for him. So, you know, it doesn't matter how you start, right? It's about how you finish. Yeah. And Terminate certainly finished it off well. You know, in the middle was a bit dicey.
A bit, no,
unnerving. Either way. Yeah, Spy with the 2 kills could have changed the tide of the round, but wasn't to be.
I mean, he had 4 HP left, and it's a good thing that Terminate had the final Hail Mary Holy Nade, right? That just landed right in his face.
One thing, Power Rangers, you won't want the half to get away from you, right? So you're looking at least at 11-4, but Chocker holding the angle still loses the fight to Camo. He's proving himself to be a pretty steady second off, right? Okay, there someone beats the smoke, gets Addict, and that's mid-control forfeited over. But it's not a bomb site, right? So one thing Power Rangers, they've been consistently getting mid-control, but it feels as though they're not able to find ways to close out the round.
They haven't really did the B side just yet. Maybe they could just try that potentially, but they always leave one player towards B side. But right now, they keep doing the same strat here. They keep doing mid to A, A split, but it always doesn't turn out in their favor most of the time.
Yeah, Oxy, right? Maybe a bit of an overextension there over to Daysummer in connector. And now it's a 2-on-2. It's down to how they choose to play this. Hemisk has to be aware of Apps as well as Middle at the same time, and meanwhile Hemisk has taken, I think Camo has taken up post on that A side. Climbs up the ladder silently, it's a silent jump. He might make the pass just in time, and so now he's in prime position to deny the plant, and I don't think one of the Power Rangers should be ready for him, especially with Hemisk getting killed there. Both in fact.
Oh man, I mean, Camo had no part in that at all, and he still cleaned it up. That's a beautiful shot coming in from short as well. 11-3. I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds in a row for Darkside.
Yeah, like everyone's looking sharp, right? So apart from the 3 rounds that 1v Power Rangers were able to string together in a row, they've had no success other than that. What else can they do? 11-4, still a good. It's a workable scoreline, right? But you know, Camel drops the smoke, uses it to disguise his scoping in of the weapon. There is the player towards Palace. Will Chugger be aware of this play? I think he might be. Terminate falls.
Being patient. It's all about timing here. This is the game of timing. He spots him out. He walks in right into Camel as well. That's one Palace worker down for the count, but Daysama pops out right from the cave, from the smoke. It's able to get 1, 2, but Camel is getting more here.
Yeah, going for hero plays now, 1v Power Rangers. You
5-7.
have to do something for the team, right? Camel, you got the call from Oxy, right? Like that Daysama has been incredibly low. Takes the initiative, goes for the pistol, gets the kill. There's only one player on the B bomb side, right? But it looks as though 1v Power Rangers not superbly sure as to what they want to do. Players marking the cross though, miss op shot from Camel. That's gonna give 1v Power Rangers a way back into the round. I think they should have a good idea of where the last remaining players are, right? One towards A, one towards B. That's the standard mix-up. But positionally, Darkside are pushed quite far forward, at least in A main. Bogger is gonna go all the way round spawn to try and come through. So they're looking to split this A side. Bombs dropped as well, which is why he's had to come back. So they could make it work. This could be a nice pincer maneuver onto Addict.
Oh, does he know there's someone in cave though? That's the question here.
Yes, win this fight.
Boggers may be able to catch someone. Oh, Addict has his back turn as well. Oh, the timing! He flicks around, turns 180, catches Boggers. Off guard here, in flames.
There's no time.
There's no time. He has to be in flames to get that C4. He walks right in. His HP is so low right now. It's 19.
5, yeah, no time at all.
There's no time to plant. He's gonna shut down anyways. He's going for the plant, however. He's trying to get the money. But at the same time, there is, of course, the last round of the first half.
Yeah, so unfortunate there for Bogger. Probably should have had that kill, right? Both sides being a little bit caught off with the timing, right? But Addict gets the adjustment onto the T, and that's going to be 12-3 for Darkside. Who would have expected that? So maybe Darkside doesn't have a really good day, right? 16-4 against Vexerial and 3 rounds for 1-3 Power Rangers. Considering the fact that a month ago they met and it's gone out 16-13. That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, 1 month's worth of improvement. Maybe they thought about it, you know, they went back to the demo, they're like, hey guys, you shouldn't be losing to 1-2-3 Power Rangers. Winning 1-2-3 Power Rangers 16-14 in Mirage. We should have a better scoreline. We don't want them to bring it closer to their side. And overall, I think they're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we had on Mirage though. I thought maybe Inferno would have been better for 1-3 Power Rangers because that was the map that they did pick against Lei Sai. So it's probably the map that they're most confident on. And but if you look at Darkside, you look at the players that they have, it almost feels like a team that's built for Mirage, right? You've got Terminate and Opper who really will do just about anything, right?
He's long sidelines as well.
He's put himself everywhere, not just with the AWP, but also with the M4, right? Pushing on the pass, pushing in the Palace. And then you've got Oxy, right? Who is just comfortable wherever you put him, I feel, right? Camo and Hammers, we kind of know them as the players who, and as well as Addict, who make the team work, right? Camo, super flexible, right? When Terminate doesn't want the AWP, you just throw it over to Camo, and Camo pick it up, get a couple of kills with it as well. Very serviceable with the weapon.
I mean, I like what Terminate has been doing as well. He's both lurking and AWPing at the same time. He was lurking in the earlier rounds, but now he's back to the AWPing stage. And I think he's been doing pretty good on both sides. Maybe missing a couple of shots with the AWP, but closes things out really well.
And so, you reckon 1-3 Power Rangers can make it a close game for the viewers?
I shouldn't say anything, as we all know.
I mean, you could say that it could be an absolute blowout just to make the match close.
That's true, you know, it's gonna be close, you know. No, sorry.
Right,
we're
done here. We're done with the game of today, guys. So straight on an A fake into a B pop. Terminate being sent out with a P250. If he gets killed here, he's definitely sold the fake well. Throws his body on the line as well. Meanwhile, Jaw Spice, okay, Terminate gets deleted, and so now the B players have to commit. There's only a player here for now. That's Jaw Spice. Gets deleted by Camo. Bogger trying to hold his own on the side, but unable to do as such. Now the rotates have arrived, but all the kills are going in the favor of Darkside. 4 vs 2 both flank. The double facing him. They get another as well as the last. Chris, we're done.
an almost flawless round covering from Dark side. No, yeah, I'm gonna say no. This is gonna be a blowout. Okay. I hope that
you can't
I can't reverse.
you
I can't do the
undo.
curse.
That's not how curses work. That's not how the magic ball works, Chris.
My magic ball, you know. That was a bit sus, I'm sorry. You know, usually crystal balls are white and transparent. Mine is pretty cloudy and stormy and black.
Yeah, it's just ominous.
My ominous crystal ball.
There's no one here to receive, so yeah.
It's a free one.
They forced in as well, so not the worst idea in the world if one team want to save. I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite amazed at the fact that Darkside had to get a proper B rush out of this, right? Considering that I do think that Oxyrite and Dominic are kind of stepping in on a later basis, right? But of course, all these players should know this much, right? If you play CS, you definitely play Mirage.
Yep.
It's the most bread and butter map out there, so if you don't know any smokes, probably shame on you.
Why do you look at me? I know Nest. I know Nest smoke. I know
guilty conscience maybe.
Yeah. I mean because I learned this all pretty recently. I mean I do more entering and flashing than
10-year
smoking.
vet, guys. 10-year vet. Yeah.
Hey. I mean all that counts is aim, right? Aim, but then again, aim can only bring you so far in the game of CS. Oh, look at that! They're just flying right out of palace, but they don't check shadow. Implace gets one, but nope. The trade comes out in the favor of Darkside ultimately in the end. I mean, they are down on the pistols. This is potentially round number 15 points on the board for Darkside, and there we go, 15 points. That is, of course, match point.
They're having a very good day here, Darkside, right? What was it?
Fantastic day.
16-1 against AXS, 16-4 against Vexiro, and now possibly 16-3, but 15-3 at least against 1-3 Power Rangers. It would be a godlike comeback if 1-3 Power Rangers were able to do it. But I think
bring it to OT maybe?
At least put a couple more rounds on the board, right? You don't want to get absolutely blown out. They have lower bracket games tomorrow, so you don't want to hit it off the back of what would be an absolute demolition. Right? So Chogger still a little bit confident, goes up middle, they get the kill. So now the A players have to come on out. Smokes for the set piece. In Flames playing retake. No hassle. Right, they've got the players for it, but Camo catches Chogger completely unawares. Now we find ourselves in a 3 versus 3. Jason might just get double pick here. No, not even. Gets deleted by Oxyrite. The incendiary Walker feels like he has to make a hero play here. One-on-one now. Knows exactly where the last remaining player is, but Oxyrite has got a health advantage and Oxyrite will take him down. Darkside 16-3 against 1-3 Power Rangers on Mirage, and they're looking good. Very good.
Looking very clean as well. You know, when you say demolition, it reminds me of a phrase that you always say. Something derby.
Demolition derby.
Yeah, do you always say that? Remember correctly?
What?
I remember you used to say demolition derby. Like you had to go through this demolition derby or something. It's what's in my books of gobble quotes. You know, demolition derby, and there's one. You hate to see this or you hate to see that.
You could hate it, you could love it as well. Yeah, right? It's easy to switch out. Yeah. Demolition derby, I think that would be the word to describe Laser against Sphere. I'm not sure how the game went. Right? Has it been over?
Let me take a quick look at the brackets. Oh no, it's still going on. All right.
I mean, we had a pretty fast game. This was a little bit unexpected. Right? I think 1-3 Power Rangers would have expected themselves a bit better.
Looks like the Vexiro and Bloom's game is over.
Yeah, 16-4.
Unfortunately.
They got more rounds against this side than they did against Vexiro. They got 5 against this side.
That shows a lot about what Lisa is doing right now in this bracket.
Yeah. Dark side 16-3. That's I think the winner bracket, the upper bracket final game will be interesting to watch in that case. I'm not sure whether or not they can carry the form into tomorrow, right? But I mean, online, anything can happen, right? We might not ever see Lisa in the upper bracket finals. It can be Fear.
Yeah.
It honestly can be Fear, right? If Mook shows up, if Grumble shows up, Revrok is gonna show up every single day. So
and they're playing from home as well, in the comfort of their home.
Yeah, like we don't have to worry about Revrok, right? If Mook and Grumble can show up from a couple of their homes online, there's a real chance.
Yeah, at least bring the team down to land, right?
Yeah. I think top 4, right? So tomorrow, the lower bracket games will be the last chance for many of these teams, right? 1-3 Power Rangers are the next team to get sent down. And their opponents will be, I think, iBobo. Yeah,
it's either iBobo, Cheat Code, or AXS.
Yeah, it's iBobo, Cheat Code, AXS. I do reckon that they should be able to get it. I think this is a favorable side of the lower bracket for them to be on, right? Whereas for Vexiro, they win and then they have to play against Bloom. I think Bloom should lose the game to Vexiro, technically. at least Vexio, I think they head in as favorites. I think they should be coming in 4th. I think they're probably the 4th strongest team, right? Like if you were to rank
There's a
them,
power ranking.
yeah, like between them and Darkside, it was pretty close. But when we saw 16-4 in favor of Darkside against Vexio, we thought maybe Vexio answering, but they just 16-3 on 3 Power Rangers. So clearly Darkside are on a bit of a roll right now. So if they have momentum, we can take different places.
Oh, this is gonna be scary. So anyways, there is of course game number 3. I believe the next match that we're gonna check out is the lower bracket 1.1 between Cheat Codes and AXS.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
That'll be happening of course.
Yeah, I have to say though, I'm a bit disappointed in Green that he didn't.
He didn't show up.
Like, no face for Booms, 16-4.
Oh yeah, at least have a fun scoreline with him. Right?
He did give us, and the team from RBTY, they did give us a box of Ferrero Rocher at the event, right?
That's the what's the offering, I guess. Like, hey, I'm gonna 16 for you. Here's the peace offering. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, paying it forward.
Bribery.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about it for now for game number 3, and we'll be just stay tuned and just sit back and relax, and we'll be back shortly, of course, with game number 4 between Cheat Code and AXS. My name is Twilight, and this is Gobbles. We'll see you guys soon. And welcome back everybody to the 5E Arena Open for CSGO, brought to you by Asia Esports Festival as well as Singapore Comic Con. My name is Twaz and this is Gobbles, and right now we're gonna hit into our last game of today between Bloom and Vexerial.
Last best of one for the day, and also the lower bracket matchup, right? We've had 3 upper bracket matchups so far. We played round 1, round 2, and then round 3. Round 3, of course, was the semi-finals. We still have another one ongoing. That's between Layside as well as Sphere. I think they're going pretty far in because the game is still ongoing. So we'll keep you updated on that one.
I'm going to refresh it right now actually, just check it out.
Meanwhile, the lower bracket, unfortunately, we've had to bid goodbye to Booms. Or here comes the party. I mean, it's just a group of friends. They came with no expectations, right? So they can hold their heads high, right? You have a player, I think in Valkyrie playing for the first time out as well. Layside actually 16-9 here. So it's going to be Layside versus Darkside in the upper bracket finals. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be for tomorrow as well.
Darkside looking really hot right now. I'm not really sure they can take the Layside, but I think if they play like they did today, they could.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, at the same time, now we're going into the lower bracket matchup. Vexerial against Bloom. It's going to be on Vertigo.
Really? Vertigo?
That's a switch up.
Yeah, that's a huge switch up in the local scene, right? You don't really see a lot of Vertigo, you don't see a lot of Nuke, unless you're playing against his team. You know, shout out to J-Babes, shout out to Shiro. Shut up. Anyways, on these two teams as well, Bloom and Vexerial, really interesting teams. They, of course, if I'm not wrong, they like to play unorthodox maps in our map pool. And on the side of Bloom, we have Decker, we have Who69, Preditox, Clam, and Stormbot. And on the side of Vexerial, we of course have Mean Green, Phony Panda, Shoni, Vengeance, and Ibisu. Very familiar names as well from both sides.
Yeah, so Mean Green, Phony, and Ibisu, I think they were really good friends. They played Testament together, I think under RBTY. And then now, you know, with Vengeance as well as Shoni, who I think I think Vengeance and Shoni both played, like one of them played in Q1 and the other played in Q2. So they're no strangers to one another at all, like very good friends, right? Whereas on the side of Bloom, you know, they did play in Q1, right? It was all the way back in October. They made it to the finals. I think they actually sprung an upset victory on, back then it was called Weekend Warriors. As the team consisted of Oxyride, I think they had Termini inside. Pretty sure they had Alan as well. They had Boats and Holes and then Engine. I'm pretty sure, right? Then it was a 16-13, right? I would say Bloom probably shouldn't have won that one. They were a little bit lucky there, right? Can they repeat the success? Let's see, right? We know Stormbot, he got a bit emotional after the win, you know. Pretty happy for him, right? But, you know, let's see if we can repeat the result, right? Vertigo should be pretty comfortable for Vexerial as well, right? And we do know that today, at least, Visu is calling. That's interesting, yeah.
A nice switch up. I mean, no, actually, Visu, no, it was Oxyride calling during the Testament Cup.
Oxyride was calling during Testament. I think Q1, Min Green was calling. That was when he had Mook to work with, and then Mook got taken away from them. And then,
put the fear.
Yeah, and then now Visu's taking back the reins. Let's see. Vertigo, it's slowly become a punk favorite, I feel. Like it's
becoming the new norm, right? Ever since Ancient came out.
Yeah, like you have to pick one, right? Nuke, there's a lot more smoke walls that you have to be able to throw, so it's not really that fit. Ancient might slowly become, you know, one of the more standard maps, but as usual, new map, everyone's pretty resistant to it. So let's see. Vertigo should be comfortable.
Oh, look at that.
Sides.
Bloom has the high ground. Don't try it, Vexerial. And they are doing it pretty smart. They're going back to the low ground. They're making sure that their backs are not turned towards those knives. And they're just having a standoff right now. Maybe they're going for 1v1, maybe. Just staring each other down. There's only 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. So, you know, they can stare down pretty long, you know.
I think it doesn't matter too much which side you start on. Maybe on the CT side, you always feel a bit more comfortable, right? But they can be that you can look at it on the flip side and say that if you start on the T side and you get a pretty good result, it puts you in a more comfortable position heading into the second half, knowing that, you know, on the CT side, you're just pretty much responding to what your opponents are doing. Right?
I don't know if that was on purpose, but I just realized Rio, it's not the. I think that's who's to be nice.
Sub,
I think it's sub. Alright, so
yeah, he did play for the team that took part in Testament qualifiers. So he's not stranger to the lineup for sure.
Ah, okay. Then that should be fine then. And looks like Vexerial, they will win the 9th round and decide to go for the T side. Oh no, sorry, they went for the CT. The name is gonna swap out soon.
I mean, I don't know. It's the standard pick to go for the CT side. Although I would love to see it if a team were to have the
A different
guts
change, right?
to Like I would love to do that myself, but fortunately I'm not playing.
Fortunately, she had just gotten J-Babes and just played this tournament, right?
You have
Let
to choose-
Coden cast
you have
today
to
as well.
Yeah, but let's see. Pistol round, Vexiro against Bloom. Loser is out. No second chances here in the lower bracket, so it's a
Yeah.
must win for both sides.
One striking out, and this is of course our first lower bracket game of today, so there is a lot of risk at stake here.
Visu's going to be the lone B anchor on the side, and Bloom, they want to just figure it out a little bit, right? Shawnee's taking contact at ramp, but he's going to spot that there's only one player, that's going to be Stormbot. Of course, the rest
Nice boost.
look to boost up. Yeah, they have to be careful about this, right? Okay, they do finally get it across the line.
It's a bit loud, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, utility coming in now. If Visu has a lot on his plate, but
Whoa!
fix on one. Ming Green comes in as well. Another for Visu, the B anchor kicking things off. Well, gonna get a third. Might as well make it. Well, backstun against him. Gets it on the Predators as well, and Ming Green cleans it up. Flawless round for Vexiro on the pistol.
Yeah, all in one clip as well. Man, Ibisu had 3 shots left, and apparently getting shot 3 times in the butt kills you.
He stayed so calm. Like he was getting rushed, right? But you can see he
just
just
like
stayed
click,
still
click,
and then just clicked.
click,
Yeah.
click.
Calm as
I
you
don't
like.
even think they spotted him at that point of time.
Yeah, I mean on land as well, he's super chill. Like
That's true, that's true.
According to Shield, when they played the show match together,
He
like,
didn't recall, but he was very chill.
yeah, like he was on your team, right?
Yeah, he was on
like,
my team,
Everyone was cheering, but then Evisu was just calm as usual, like just there.
Oh, look at that quick
Oh.
rush. Cuts here to
Oh,
yellow.
this gets messy.
Man, and Rams as well. That's Rams and yellow defense gone down for the count, as well as the entire side. The rotation will come in from Evisu and Vengeance, and Evisu down for the count as well. Vengeance only having the MP9, and Pratox is gonna be able to pick up the M4A1S, and Stormbot with the Farmers. Vengeance has to go on a hunt for vengeance. Shall he find? He shall find one, but will he find 2 more? That's the question here.
They're just planting it. They have no information on where the players are. Right, so Vengeance, I think should have a good idea. He can isolate one kill, but Decker's holding the off angle and Bloom actually break back. I think that was with just pistols. Just a couple
Yep,
of
just
P50s,
pistols.
Tech 90. I even think it was a force buy coming up from the T side. So Vexiro will be a little bit disappointed to have dropped that one, but let's see if they can respond with the force buy of their own.
Not much of a force buy apparently.
It is, it's
I mean,
all
I guess it counts, right? And 1 MP9. And
The money's down to 0, they have to.
Yeah, they have to. There's no choice at all. Shoni, of course, will be the MP9 user. They're gonna try something fancy this time. I'm gonna stack up on top of Cons.
There's a lot of information, right? And it's a free kill. I mean, anyone coming up, you shouldn't expect it. But the problem comes when you hear nothing here for around about 20 seconds. Then you're starting to guess, right?
Oh.
So that's one.
I mean, I don't think Predator did not expect that. Or juicy boost right there. Stormbot.
They're trying to isolate Stormbot. Yeah, you do well to stay alive.
Can only do so much. I mean, he didn't get tagged as well. So he's pretty he's going unharmed. Now mid, we are trying to set up some smokes here to at least push it ahead. Man, rush shot coming from Rio.
Could be they go Vengeance with the CT up close and personal gets one, doesn't expect them from behind. Now he finds himself 3v3, M4 though over to the CTs. MP9 as well on Shawnee. This is very doable, especially since Clash is in a pretty tough spot. Yeah, he gets taken down. He's so isolated. The bomber's not taken down just yet. Once they hear a head, this is when they can opt to try and swing the guy. Yeah, 3v1, but all down to Stormbot and Bloom, they let it slip. So despite winning a round that shouldn't have been, Vexiro steal it back.
So would you say that this shouldn't be a round that Vexio should have won?
Well, not really, because they were in a good position. Right?
That's true, that's true.
They spotted out the
They
boost.
got a good pick, yeah, good pick at the boost.
They knew that there were multiple players at A ramp. At that point, Bloom should have split. I'm not sure what took them so long to get the bomb down, right? That's gonna be the question mark, right? So that's an interesting lineup for Vengeance there. Straight away for the B stairs. Also get early map control at ramp as well. So very upfront, the CTs. Wants to, okay, and we're still getting a little bit cheeky early on. But Bloom, they have the money for it, right? They've bought back in with AKs, Galil, Deagle, and Mac 10. So Abisu getting a little bit twitchy early on. But it's fine, you're kind of feeding each other out in the early stages, right? Maybe the rest of his teammates with the rifles can clean it up. Remains to be seen.
Yeah, you just gotta wait and see, and that's all. Paradox on the Deagle, of course, Clem, Mac 10. The rest, all rifles, Galil in any case, should be pretty comfortable enough to let Paradox and Clem take the up close and personal fights while the rest just support them from the back. And Shoni, I think he suspects a boost coming up. Checking both angles, making sure no one's coming up top. Just all about timing here.
Yeah, player has slipped the net, so he's a little bit too far out. Oh, actually gets it. Let's go the boost. A little bit late on the peak there, Clem. At the Mc-10 only as well. Ming Green getting a credit. Oh, a little bit awkward, but he gets the spray down in the end. And just like that.
Clem. I mean, he's only 10 minutes. I don't think,
Yeah. A little bit of lucky timing for Bloom initially, but Shawnee was still able to adjust. And the trick just wasn't there, right? Shawnee was out in the open. If they triple picked him, they probably could have gotten, a 1-for-1. But eventually, I think Shawnee got 2.5 kills, and at that point, it makes it difficult, right? Mingyu was taking initiative towards ramp already as well. So yeah, the force buy was Vexerial come out on top, and at this point, I'm looking at them to at least get probably 1 or 2 more rounds on the board.
I think for Shawnee, right, that was pretty much a 1-for-3 trade because Clem had, leaving Clem on 10 HP, he's not going to do anything afterwards. He's going to be scared, he's going to be saving the rifle, but in the end, he's going to get caught out throughout middle. And Bloom, of course, now back to the eco. They only have the deagles. They can only do so much, but of course, deagles can make quick work of their opponents. It's just a matter of accuracy.
So the nade's down middle much, but I think that's a good idea, right? They're fighting this with 4 players, or at least 3 on the CT side, getting 3 kills in return for it as well. And Sentry drop. They're really trying to take the fight early on here. Vexerial keeping it clean and feeling confident, right? They sense that it could be a group up towards middle. I think Bloom just took a little bit long, and Vexerial grouping out, fighting together. That's what you like to see. But the guns will come back out for Bloom. No AWP on the T side. I mean, it's not a necessity on Vertigo. But they don't have a lot of utility to work with, right? Yes, they have 4 smokes on hand, but just the 1 incendiary on the hands of Clem.
1 incendiary. I mean, that should be enough to make enough space, right, on the side. They're gonna put, okay, it looks like they're going to go towards the A side here. Perhaps. I mean, if they're going to get caught off here, I mean, I don't think there's going to be any use for that molly at all. And I mean, that's just going to be enough to deter any push coming through for quite some time. And Decker trying to do a cheeky B alert, gets caught out by himself as well. Ivisu getting a huge kill. So that should be enough info to say, like, hey, they probably missed the game.
That's the eco smoke they use to cut off the ramp player, right? So at least they managed to isolate this fight to Ming Green stuck at Glaive. Though he is good for the 1, so he leaves his team in man advantage situation still. Meanwhile, there's 3 players on the A-bomb side already for Vexerial. The late look out from Clem, he probably needs to be a bit more active, yeah. Not sure if Evisu spotted it as well. But he's certainly aware of the possibility. Flash, oh, that's a good setup, right?
Wow.
Ben just swings out off the back of his teammate's flash and they pick up the kill. So now, this A hit is pretty limp, right? What should have been split is now all from long. 1 player on side. Tony as well, chiming in with Shawnee, keeping his teammate alive, and now it's Stormbot in a 1 versus 4.
I don't think this is too doable for Stormbot. At most, 1 kill maybe onto Shawnee, but he is spotted out. He's kind of just trapped here like a rat. He has to back up. Doesn't see anyone by standbacks, and Vengeance will just take full advantage of the camouflage.
I think if you look at the 2 teams just in general, I think Bloom are a pretty young team. I would think, at least, I know Clem's pretty young, so I'm guessing that the team around him should be about of the same age as well. Whereas on the side of Vexerial, you're looking at older players with a lot more experience, right? So I think, if the aim isn't quite there for Bloom, especially in the next couple of rounds, that's when, Vexerial's experience will just let them just control the game and just work it from there. I think Bloom winning the 2nd round was a huge boost for them. They probably needed to get round number 3 on the board as well to have a good chance at this game. But right now, Vexerial, the last couple of rounds have been clean. That's the problem, right? 5 alive 2 rounds ago and 4 alive in the last. Now they just back down to the pistols, Blue.
I mean, they do have a couple of Tech 9. They have made Tech 9 work in their favor during their the first round that they won. So if they could replicate it again, it could work out in the same way. But however, the yellow push is just gonna be stopped in its tracks there by the Molly. This should buy enough time for Vexeria to just hear the rotation maybe. Oh, they're just gonna stay. Okay, they're gonna stick to a gut. Oh, they're gonna rotate one player over. In fact,
I mean, they've been caught out by it once, right? The second round they tried to go with pistols and they were made to pay. So this time they're a little bit more conservative. But Bloom, they've actually tucked the tails between the legs and slowly headed back towards B. Mean Green will be able to get the first beast. Yep, it's on the Decker. And so any hit that comes now would be pretty obvious. Name might do a good chunk of damage as well on the Paradox and Rio. Mean Green's doing the opping. We do know that multiple teams can off, right? It's not done feeling, but Mean Green has been picking it up quite a bit. Clem gets an equalizing trade onto Phony Panda. So still not over for Bloom. 45 seconds left, they can take the time. The only problem is they only have one smoke and a flash. Smoke gets used, flash now as well. All four players are low. Shawnee up and short, has to scheme in support, and VC is coming in perfectly, and the two of them are good for all 4 kills. Vexeria book themselves onto 6.
so far, Vexeria very confident on this map of Badio, and they are just showing who's the boss of this map. They are really just showing it to Bloom, and they can only do so much at this point of time, unless they can just somehow devise a plan. Maybe do the earlier, like the boost that they did in the very first round of the game. That may work if it was a very slow push coming from Vexeria, but they're just pushing up so aggressively now. There's no chance to do that anymore.
I'm surprised the smoke didn't right in
Just
front
barely.
of it. Yeah, but it means that the T's kind of lost the timing there as well. So B says control, A ramp control, both given over to the CTs to start off the round. So not the best, but I think Bloom, they're happy to let it be, right? They've saved up quite a bit of utility, right, for a later take. So maybe looking as though they might be primed for a bit of a mid-heavy round, and then the 2 wing players coming from ramps, I suppose. So maybe an A split. This is what it looks like for now. Flash, not good to clear out Vengeance.
Oh, Vengeance just waiting there, see if there's any
2-man
boost
setup.
coming up. This is gonna be a huge cross. Coming right. Look, Vengeance is getting cut off here. He's gonna pop the flash for his teammate for the support, and kind of get flash himself actually.
A lot of mid Cody out, unable to get the kills, and now Bloom, they start to activate. Bloom was able to find the kill out towards B stairs, but he gets deleted by Decker, and now there's the B side open for grabs. They'll be able to get the bomb down. Min Green and Shawnee kind of locked out, right? Paradox has slipped the net into the elevator, so now they know exactly where the last is. That's a nice little split coming out for Bloom, right? They get a bit of a lucky break there with, I think, or was it Vengeance not being aware of the boost, right? Couldn't see it with the left eye peek. But can Shawnee pull any heroics out the back here? Both players playing on the big box, yep, and that's going to be Clem.
There he goes. Yeah, all the way down building as well. I mean, yeah, the left eye peek it just barely catch up the player on the boost, right? Vengeance could have probably won the in fight there, the in duel, but just could not spot the player at all. Even I couldn't spot the player from his POV. So, you know, the moment he gets shot through that little corner there, you know, it's time to give up the angle.
Can Bloom repeat the success again? That's the question. Right, Op again in the hands of Mean Green. A-ramp control not fully established for either side. But have you seen? Once again, I think he's been besting Decker for a couple of rounds now towards B lobby.
Yeah, I mean, Ivisu has been the one finding a lot of those opening kills as well.
Yeah. So, you know, like the first time he pushed, he got deleted, right? Because Decker was holding the smoke.
Yeah.
But that's not held him back, right? He's been constantly looking for that 1v1 duel, and he's been winning it. So it takes a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates. 5 versus 4. Shawnee's pushing up close as well. Okay, there's a lot of space here to be taken actually.
Oh, there's a lot of info being relayed to his team right now. He's going to push even deeper. He's not going to stop at all.
Guys, it's fully clear. Is he going to push on though? I think he is, right? Yeah, the utility bombardment starting to go in towards B. 3 players at the stairs. Shawnee gets the backstep on Clem, and this is when, if you're Bloom, you know, right guys, we've been found out. Let's try to reset this. They try to look for Shawnee, but he doesn't pick up. And in fact, coming back for his Vengeance. Still doable. to extend a little bit because Abyssal falls. He does get another in return. But now we find ourselves in a 3 versus 2 and a postman. Tony charging it down. Unfortunately, Real, I think he was stuck in the smoke, right?
Yeah, he's
gonna send it right one way for someone in the end.
Yeah, man, the 3-man pick on top of 4 Stormbot there. No chance at all.
Yeah. I think they're comfortable on this map for Vexilio.
I think very comfortable actually. Just judging by the 5 rounds in a row that they won, it says quite a lot.
I think he's doing pretty well at the op.
Yeah, I think no, he should be pretty comfortable with the op at this point of time. I mean, usually if I'm not wrong, Evisu would be the one opping in this lineup.
Yeah, Evisu doesn't do much of the opping. He's like like a tank, I feel. Evisu. You just leave him like on Nuke, you play outside, and then you just get a couple of frags for free. Then you got Shawnee coming in, being aggressive as well. Bloom have opted to buy back in.
Yeah, I mean after this round, the economy is gonna go down the drain, and they're not gonna be able to buy any more utilities, any more weapons at all. Maybe a couple of smokes and a couple of deagles, but that's about it. And I see a juicy headshot is coming in from Min Green.
So now
Oh,
Rio,
I think Min Green just failed the jump there.
I think it is connected. His name is
it is connected. Oh no.
Unfortunate. 2v2.
Yeah, the show must go on, however.
That's way back into the round though for Bloom. Right?
Right now it's a 50-50 chance.
Not so much. It's Phony in middle. I think this angle is probably good for the one. Sees the left swing into it. Damage goes both ways. But Bloom, you don't want to get stuck in as well because Vengeance is looking to fight with his teammate. Swings out, perfect timing here. Goes in for the repick actually, but Phony was intending to fight as well. So good coordination, I think, from both sides, but Vexilio came out on top.
Yeah, I think now that we will have the tech pause, of course, because we had to find a way to get Min Green back into the game.
He got the headshot celebrated and then just...
I think it's like he kicked his computer maybe right as he celebrated, and then like the power button went off.
That would be pretty funny. Yeah,
I think they'll probably need more pauses other than this one technical timeout.
I mean, I think they do have 4 pauses they could use to buy about 2 minutes for Min Green to come back, and if he doesn't, then probably need a technical pause.
Yeah, okay, that's the official pause there.
Yeah.
Vexilio, very strong on this map of Vertigo against Bloom. I thought Bloom would be, slightly better maybe, stronger in Vertigo as well compared to Vexilio, or maybe like on par. But it turns out, Vexilio really holding down onto their guns here, preventing any more pushes from coming through, and they just go ham on it.
I mean, they're comfortable. Like, it feels like generally they have a good idea of what Bloom are doing, right? So it's difficult for Bloom to try and work their way back into the game. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Min Green, I mean, with the op, they're being very flexible with it as well. Like one round you see Min Green on B with the op, next round he's going back to A, right? So if you're constantly switching out, if you're Bloom, you have to throw utility to force him back, right? But if you force him back, the other side of the map, they're gonna get pushy as well. So you need to have the protocols in place. But yeah, just an update, right? Cheat code, they have taken out AXS.
Oh, they have.
16-6, which means we'll get iBobo against cheat code in the other side of the lower bracket, right? So kind of shadowed this game between Vexilio as well as Bloom. The winner of this will face Sphere.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's not a matchup that someone that they would want. iBobo cheat code, you get to play against 1 to 3 Power Rangers, so it'll be interesting, right? And the winner of that I think makes it the land because you're looking at the top 4 afterwards already.
Yeah, the semi-finals, yeah.
Yeah. So, upper bracket finals, Lace dying against Dark Side, that'll be interesting. Gonna catch that tomorrow. Coden and Chris will bring you the action.
Yeah, that's right. And it's gonna be a fun day, getting to check out the semi-finals over here itself. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, there'll be 2 tournaments on the 2nd of January. CSGO one and another FPS game, and they will be running, I believe, only the grand finals, afternoon and I believe evening. Best of 3. So that's something to keep an eye out for, and it looks like Min Green is back.
Very nice. Yeah. So we're gonna get back underway. straight back into the game. Of course, this is the 5-year Arena Open brought to you by the Asia Esports Festival in conjunction with World Comic Con. We are right here at the Esports Experience Center.
Yeah.
And on the 2nd of January, we'll be having LAN right here where the players will be face to face. So you wouldn't want to miss that out. To find out who gets there, is going to have to get past this game. Let's see what else Bloom has in store. A little bit of a pause, game reset momentum back, right? But Serial, can this come in hot? With the off once again. Let's see. They've had to kind of give up B stairs as well as A ramp control at the start of the round all the time to Vexerial, right? But the thing that can happen in return is that, you know, maybe the CTs run out of utility, but Vexerial, they're being very smart about this, right? They're not using too much utility early on. In fact, they're happy to kind of take a couple of fights, right? But the player has that shot and he's quickly trying to run in, but he looks all alone. Mingwin goes back out, another headshot onto Rio. He's suddenly feeling it at the moment. The technical delay, no problem for him.
Maybe he's just gonna fix his leg, you know. Now he's back in the game for good. And yeah, just getting free kills. And mind you, they are on a force buy. Through the wall, but never mind.
Okay.
Second shutdown for the count as well.
Yeah.
Clem last one in middle, 1v4. It's gonna be an epic journey if he does clutch this up. If does. Yes? If does? Yes. If he does.
He dies.
I think he dies too. As clearly depicted on screen, he fell. He broke his ankle, and he's not gonna be able to walk anymore. This is what happens when you walk up on the platform.
This is what happens when you predict the round.
Sorry? I'm sorry, beg your pardon. Beg your pardon.
Back down to the pistols. We said this a
I
lot.
mean, they've won their pistol round before.
They've won one, but that was with a couple of Tech 9s, right? That was with the Barcelona round. I think that round, the reason why they lost Vexerial, they just weren't prepared.
And they had no molly to deter the push as well. But now they have molly setups and everything, so anytime they want, they can just stop the push from coming. And they're gonna try for the mid boost again.
Yeah, I think Phony will help himself to more eco frags. Yeah, clean, easy as you like, right? It's just another Glock out in the middle as Clem has to fall. But yeah, should be 0. What would that be? I think 5 in a row. Ever since Ming Green took out that AWP.
I think 4
or 5 in a row.
Yep. Flawless round. Flawless ace round coming in from not ace round, eco round for Vexerial.
4 in a row. And Bloom, they've only had isolated rounds, right? So they've not been able to put the money of Vexerial in an awkward state, right? Even when they're on the pistols, they're not really doing enough damage. So I think Vexerial should have enough to buy till the end of the half, right? Unless Bloom can get 2 clean rounds of that. Bloom really like the smoke up. You have to see the lineup. A bit aggressive. On board gets flashed in for the peak, but Visu burns him from the grave. It's a 4v4. Doable. Nate's good onto Rio.
Oh man, 48 damage with the nade. He is gonna feel that tomorrow as well. Man. Mind you, this is of course the last game for either one of these teams, because once you're eliminated from the lower brackets, you're gonna see you next time.
Yeah, next year.
Next year, yeah, it's gonna be next year already. You can make those next year jokes now.
I mean, there's gonna be more on the way for the Malaysian and Singaporean region, right? In the works. Trust us. We've had a guarantee from Mr. Colin himself, Mr. Undercover Boss.
Undercover Boss.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I think it's. I mean, even for Bloom, it's a newer group of people that we don't see all that much, right? We're used to seeing, like, you know, Vexerial, they're an older group, right? They've played since 2017, 2016, right? You go up against a bunch of young guns, and so yeah, like, you know, as much as the cliche goes, you win or you learn. I think for Bloom, this is something they can learn from, right? But let's see, can they get a couple more rounds of support at the moment? Still possible, because it's 2-on-2. But it comes with 2 big cases crack open around. Min Green and Shawnee. Shawnee has a pretty good game so far, but he has to wait for his teammate. Clem's mid-lugs have been a little bit late, but because of how late he is,
it's kind of unexpected.
Yeah, like Vexerial might not be ready, but well, Min Green,
even Min Green was shocked by that no scope.
Even he was shocked. Damn.
Yeah, and there's no time. Yeah, well, you're just looking at how that no scope went. There's just no time, and Clem saves up the AK, bringing it to the final round, I think. No, one more round actually.
He just no scope and then the mouse just fell off the desk and then.
Maybe he's using a wireless mouse. Then he's like, whoops!
Let's see. Saved AK. He's got a full set of utility. But yeah, at this point, what do you do with your Bloom, right? Your defaults aren't exactly successful, right? Like you aren't able to find 5 versus 4s, right? Even when you're able to find opening picks, Vexio have been able to equalize it, whether it's when they're alive or even when they're dead. In the case of the Visu, look, you're constantly playing 4v5. It's not a good feeling, and they're taking so much space, Vexio, and Bloom just seemed kind of unprepared, or at least how they want to handle it. Decker does find one, but Min Green through the finds Clem. Incredibly awkward for Keys right now. Min Green yet another. And now Stormbot and Decker. Oh, a bit aggressive. Nice adjustment there from Stormbot. Vengeance now takes it down to 1 versus 1.
Oh, he's so low as well, play too. Oh, Stormbot has the bomb and it will go down on the A side here. Well, I mean, that will be some good money for the last round of the half as well.
This is the best chance that they've had in a long time.
Oh, is he smoked out? It's not, he doesn't even check the bag. And there we go. Finally, Bloom brings a 3rd point in the ball. Look at that, it's just equally spaced out. More or less, right?
Yeah.
It's equally spaced out.
5 rounds and then 5 rounds and then 1. Oh.
This is a cute little graphic.
They certainly would want 1 more round here, Bloom.
Yeah, or they could, solve the pattern here and Vexio picks up this round.
Yeah, they have to try and break it. Otherwise, yeah, the half graphic will be pretty symmetrical. Visu this time with the second AWP will pick up the first. Min Green jumping all the way down towards B lobby. And look, this is what I mean by anyone on the team can help, right? Even if you can pick it up. Pretty still finds one of the Vengeance who got a little bit deep.
I think he got a bit too pushy towards B.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
He's split incoming.
Green.
Oh.
Right, as I say that, it's not ready for this, I mean.
Yeah, he gets caught, but Phony Panda right from behind gets the kill onto Stormbot, who was a little bit detached from the rest of his teammates. 3 versus 3. They have not been at Visu still. There's one on the side, but there's no utility. There is an incendiary to flush him out, but it's going to come a little bit late. Phony goes in first, straight on the head of Clem. That's a nice player at white gets deleted as well, and now it's all just down to Paradox. It bombs default, so he might be able to spam through it, but no. Shawnee shuts it down, and it's going to be a 12-3 half in the favor of X0.
Hey, that's the pattern completed.
Yeah, perfectly symmetrical graphic for the half.
Thanks, Gubbins.
Shout out Gubbins Belly.
Yeah, Gubbin Belly. So sadly, there's no graphics for you this time.
It's underappreciated though.
Yeah, the Observer is very underappreciated. You need to shout out to your observers more often, guys. To the casters out there, other casters out there also as well. Shout out to your observers every now and then. They do a lot of work, especially those really good observers. Yeah, big shout out to them.
Well, Bloom, they need something from somewhere. Right, Min Green definitely feeling it right now. Takes control towards the middle with one of his teammates. It's a B-split, right? He has it. It's written all over the board, but there's a gap in the smoke, so he might make it awkward. There is construction fighting out front. There's going to be Decker, and the rest of his teammates will go towards B. But it's Vector. Not exactly playing better generator, so he gets caught out a little bit there. And Visu finds one in. Back and forth now. We do stabilize temporarily, but still, are coming in. Players on the T side are forced to fight, and Vengeance, a couple of whiffs now sets up Shawnee for the clutch. 1 versus 2, 1v1, but Jacker closes it out. Trades back and forth all the way.
And there's a kid as well for this, so pretty solid round coming from Blue Energy. They may be able to bring this momentum forward into the second round of this second half, or this second half.
Yep. But first half, like Zero got the pistol, and then
they got a plant as well, so they're gonna buy up, of course.
Yeah, they could, and they will. Let's see, AK on Shawnee, who's 20 for 7 right now. Whereas on the side of Bloom, Decker has an M4A1S. That's going to be the best weapon coming in. 3 MP9s on Predictor, Clem as well as Stormbot. Fast Ram to Vexio. Sentry's not going to deny them. In fact, they do smoke it out. The one-way smoke on the crane does get dropped. There's more towards the AK right now for Bloom. This hit. And I think they're looking to shut it down. Okay, that's on now. Predictor. everyone. Now you find yourselves in 2 versus 2.
Things really even out right after that crazy duel that just happened. 2-on-2 Clem Decker against Evisu and Pony Panda. The bomb will be able to be planted here. There is an additional one to block down by CT, and Clem comes out from elevators there but gets shots down right off the bat there. Decker swings out wide. He knows that someone has sent back, especially after being confirmed by that money there. They're both picking one another, and Pony Panda with that swing will take this force buy round from back Serial.
Yeah, it's
a win.
Same as first half. It's the same as first half.
Yeah.
It's going Pony Panda.
Pony Panda?
Alright, Mr. Twilight Sparkles.
Pony Panda, really?
You're the one who said it, not me.
Did I say Pony Panda?
Yeah.
Pony Panda.
Twilight Sparks.
we don't go there. Gobstein.
For anyone who wants to check out. Oh, okay.
You can check
Nice
out the
shot
headshot.
from Clem. Yeah.
You can check out that cool headshot from Clem. That's one thing.
They want to shut this middle attempt down, but Evisu comes out, gets the third is as well, gets the spray on the Stormboard, and it's going to be so painful for Bloom, right? You win the pistol in a 1v1. That was an excellent pistol round, right? Because they had such good rates. And then the second one, you drop it in the manner that they did, even though they had 4 players on the A side, they still lost it. Real okay, good for a couple of headshots, but he's way out of the round.
I mean, he only has 6 HP. What's he gonna do about it? Unless he can land those headshots back to back to back. I don't think he can take this round.
Yeah, he's back to the floor now.
back to the floor. Oh man, Vexio now 1 more point away from match point. So far, a lot of these upper bracket and lower bracket matches a bit tough on the players there. I mean, a lot of veteran teams are out there, of course. And some veteran teams more veteran than the other veteran teams.
That's a way to put it, I guess.
That is a very long-winded way to put it, yes.
I don't know, but it's kind of felt like... I mean, it is men against boys quite literally.
Yes.
Right?
Boys to men.
Yeah, but even the way that they're doing, like, look, this is such a clean V-execute coming in from Vexeria, right? Smoke for both sides of the generator, the Molotovs for the quad as well as the default boxes, right? You wait for the Molotovs to fade and then you get the bomb down, you double it behind generator. This is so layered from Vexeria. It is incredible to watch. They send an additional smoke for the post plant and a nade and 3 flashes. So, Bloom, you're completely locked out. Evisu gets 1 Pony Panda as well. They're pushing the smoke even. Evisu blocks the advances, and look, it's a pretty clean round. 1 death, but that's it. Vexerial on 15.
That was such a solid execute. Like the moment I saw their lineups and the moment that timer hit, I believe 1 minute and I think 45, I saw 3 smokes just pop out right at the same time. And like you mentioned, smoking left and right of cons. It's just able to just deter any pushes from coming through, and there's a free plant. Yeah, there was no up close aggression as well, so they really had it free.
Nice on final round. This is the last roll dice for Bloom. Having to drop that one way at a minute 38, that's painful. Right, your smokes are pivotal on the C side. Now you've only got 1 to work with for the remainder of the round. So if you're Vexeria, you can say, you know, let's just chill. Right, they're playing scared now. Bloom. Right, they're playing very scared, and this plays into the hands of the T's very much.
Oh, look at that. It's gonna flush out yellow here in the shot.
Good lineup.
Yeah, it's really flush out the shot player here, but
damn.
Stormboard, okay, getting a jumping headshot there.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, things just turned around for Bloom, where they just got a huge 4K here, and now Shawnee, last one standing with the AK, is on that clutch journey, but he will get shut down, of course, by Decker coming from the sidelines here by elevator.
Okay, Bloom down but not out. At least they get 1. Can they get a couple more? Vexeria, they'll be able to buy back in. Everyone with AKs, I think there's a gun drop from Min Green as well. They should be able to get it. Yeah, AKs across the board. Rifles as well for Bloom, every single player there. So what's the plan this round, Vexeria? Probably want to close it out before it gets too dicey, right? If Bloom gets double digits, then we can start having a conversation, Chris, but not now.
I'm not gonna say anything.
There's smoke and they get vengeance through the wall. would have wanted. They do get Decker, in fact, it's fantastic Decker there. Smokes for B already coming through, but it's a fake. It's all a ruse, right? There's a player slowly walking A. That's gonna be Shawnee, but they know that all this block of utility will completely lock Bloom out of the sight, and because of that, they got no information at all. Every put his body on the line for this one. It's gonna fully commit to the fake, and so much space for Shawnee. They're completely unaware.
Oh
Nice
my
bit of space
goodness.
there. Even though there's player in heaven, that's all she wrote. Clem 1 versus 4 to try and deny the game from being over. But what have you got? There's a player all the way in heaven already. Still one coming from B, and that's gonna be the end. Min Green shuts it down. Vex 0 take it 16-5 on Vertigo.
16-5. This is a very familiar scoreline that we've been seeing non-stop throughout the upper bracket and the lower bracket. Yeah. It's always
16-3,
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, yeah. Probably the one 16-1 for AXS.
And 16-9 for Fear Esports. Other than that, yeah, it's just 3, 4, 5, 6.
Single digits in a pretty fast first day.
Yeah, but I guess second day will be longer because I see a lot of pretty strong teams going up against tomorrow.
Yeah, the matchup should be closer.
Yeah, so it's a huge congratulations to Layside and Darkside for being in the winner bracket finals, which will be streamed tomorrow. And I believe right now, tomorrow we'll be checking out Vex 0 versus Fear.
Yeah, so Vex 0, Fear, and then 1-3 Power Rangers will face the winner of Fighting Ibobo or Cheat Code, who are probably playing now.
Oh, they're done.
Are you sure? So,
Cheat Code, what's up?
So Cheat Code actually beat
AXS 16-6.
Yeah, so they beat AXS, but they still have to get past. They still have to get past Ibobo if they want to play a game against one of the 3 VR. Vex 0 versus Fear, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh, that's a show to keep an eye out for sure.
Yeah, and then you've got Layside against Darkside in upper bracket finals as well. So interesting matches. I think more even matches to be played from here on out.
Yeah, I think Cheat Code here is the underdog. Like this is a
Against
team.
Ibobo?
No, I've been against one. Wait, sorry, I thought the match was done. My bad. But I think Ibobo and Cheat Code, they're definitely the underdogs here. If they're gonna head up towards the semi-finals. Yep, the semi-finals of the lower bracket, right? They are definitely a force to be reckoned with. If Cheat Code does come out on top here, and Ibobo as well, so this is something brand new.
Yeah, but I mean, to recap the day, we had 4 matches on stream, but I think in total we had around about 6 to 8 matches. Right, we started with Darkside against AXS. Darkside 16-1 on Dust 2. And then we moved on into the second game whereby we had Layside against Chico on Inferno. That was 16-4, 16-5?
16-6.
16-6.
Okay, sorry, who again? Who?
16-6, yeah, in favor of Layside.
Chico versus Layside, oh yeah.
And then we had Darkside again, this time against 1-3 Power Rangers who beat Bloom to get into the upper bracket. Semis, technically, you could call it, right? 16-3. That was a bit of a shocker, but Darkside looking hot, right?
Yep.
Took down, they 16-1 against AXS and 16-4 against Vex 0, who then proceeded to destroy Bloom.
Yep.
So,
I mean, they seem super confident.
Yeah, that means Darkside, they're looking really good right now. I think Vex 0 a bit of confidence booster as well. Maybe a slow start for them, who knows? Right, I do think it's a bit of a slow start, but they certainly look confident, and in best of ones, I don't think we'll probably want to take that against them tomorrow. Yeah, Min Green, Diop.
I mean, it's very sharp. This is very sharp, especially that double headshot at ramp. That was I did not see that coming at all.
Everyone's comfortable taking space, right? When Abisu's comfortable taking space on B, Shawnee's comfortable getting aggressive out towards A, even towards the ramps. You don't often see players on the CT side pushing towards the Pong Lee room, but that's exactly what he did, right? Vengeance pretty stable in middle with Pony Panda as well, occasionally chiming in, right? So yeah, good game for Xerial to close things off, 16-3 in the end. Was it 16-4? 16-5?
16-5. Xerial was Bloom, right? Yeah, 16-5.
Oh, yeah. But that's
also another huge shout out, of course, to Asia Esports Festival as well as Singapore Comic Con. Not forgetting our all other sponsors, EsportsTimes and Monstercat. And the first place of this tournament in the grand finals will be getting 5x500 esports experience voucher as well, and also a 1-year Monstercat Gold subscription. So if you love music from Monstercat and you want to stream it online, you better win first place.
That's cool. 3,500 in total in terms of prize money that you can spend here at the Esports Experience Center as well. That's
I believe second is also around 200, 5x200. And then third place will be 5 times 100, and the fourth place will be 40 times 5. Sorry, 5 times $40 for esports experience voucher. Yeah.
Alright, that's cool. So that's been the end of day one. Any thoughts?
I think day one, it's been pretty tough for a lot of the teams. I think the brackets here just quite unfortunate for some of the teams here. Would have been more fairer to see. Maybe like example like the underdogs team going against one another, and then maybe coming up against the stronger teams like maybe Layside or Fear, or even like Darkside. But I think overall the brackets still actually equally balanced. They do ultimately boil down to the lower brackets, which really tests the mettle of the players, trying to survive the onslaught, the gauntlet all the way throughout.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you put it well, right? The story of underdogs going against heavy favorites here today, but tomorrow it will be closer as the battle draws nearer, right, towards the business end of the lower brackets, and then we get to playoffs on the 2nd of January. That's when the prime action will happen on land.
That's the big action, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see how the top 4 teams. So, first up, Layside against Darkside tomorrow. That's the upper bracket finals, and then we've still got around about 4 or 5 teams still in contention. You've got Fear, you've got Vexerial, you've got 1-3 Power Rangers, and the winner between iBobo as well as Cheat Code. But that will all go down tomorrow. But for now, this is the end of day 1 here at the 5E Arena Open. Of course, once again brought to you by 5E Arena and also the Asia Esports Festival in conjunction with Singapore Comic Con 2021. It's been a great day, Chris. Thank you very much for being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Not me, but with Koden.
See you guys.